Well, it is a big night for CBS Sports. It's a big night for fantasy football fans, and it's a big, big night for St. Jude. Welcome to the 8th annual Draft-a-Thon here, presented by Snickers. Look, Dave, I have a Snickers. Jealous?
Look at you. Very jealous. I wish I had a Snickers right now.
I bought 3. I would have bought you one and thrown it to Florida for you, but thanks for being here, Dave. We had amazing guests joining us tonight from around the industry and from outside the industry. Right out of the gate, we're going to get Will Sasso on and Tom Grossi. That's going to be great. We're going to be playing games today. I've got an amazing I'm hopeful for an amazing trivia segment with Dan Schneier, where obviously I want to embarrass Dan. So I'm going to take a topic that I think he feels like he's a buff in, and I think he's probably going to lose. We're answering your questions in the chat. And Dave, most importantly, we're raising money for St. Jude. It's what we do for a month every year, and we're pushing for 200,000. So let's get there, my friend.
And I think back to when we started the Draft-a-Thon, and it was a big deal when we raised 30,000. And now it's incredible to me how much we've grown this thing out and who we're helping. This isn't money that's just going to nothing. This is money that's going to kids who really need help and really need the type of medicine that is they need it to help them survive. And it's great that we're all able to contribute and help and donate. And we really encourage everybody to do it and be a part of it. And at bare minimum, yes, you're helping a great charitable cause. Maybe you're putting a little bit of good karma on your fantasy team as well. You know, a little good luck karma never hurts.
Never hurt anyone. Now look at this comment we have here. Tom Grossi, sir, you are an absolute stud. Tom Grossi is the GOAT. Tom Grossi, we're going to bring him on right now. He's never been on the show before, and I've never been called an absolute stud by our audience. So, Tom, I will give it to you, though, because you, first of all, welcome to the show. You are a division manager in the FFT Open, which is great. We'll take a look at your team in a bit. You host the Packcast. You do amazing things for St. Jude, though. How much money have you raised over the years, and how do you do it? And tell people about your work for this charity.
Yeah, I mean, for St. Jude, I think for me, we're over $700,000 for St. Jude alone. In the last 4 years, we've raised $2.2 million for various charities, just with streams and going to 30 stadiums in 30 days or 5 countries in 10 days, all the craziness. So appreciate you guys having me, and it's always for a good cause.
We really appreciate it. Later, we're going to play Pick That Packer with Tom and Alfredo Brown. But right now, let's bring on Will Sasso, our guest of honor right now, to kick off our 8th annual Draft-a-Thon. Will, welcome to the show. You got me?
What's up? How's it going?
It's going really well. We're pumped to have you on. Season 2 of Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage premieres Thursday, October 16th on CBS and streaming on Paramount+. Tell us about that show and what you're up to these days.
Well, it's the adventures of Georgie Cooper and Mandy McAllister, whom some people might remember from young Sheldon. Georgie's the oldest brother of Sheldon, the oldest sibling in the family. And now his adventures continue into a different medium, the multi-camera sitcom medium, where he's married to Emily Osment's character, Mandy, and lives with Mandy and her parents, played by myself and Rachel Bay Jones. And then there's also, Dougie and Jesse, and there's all sorts of people. Come check it out.
Absolutely, Paramount Plus again. That is October 16th on CBS and Paramount Plus. All right, so Dave and we do a thing where. When we're not as excited about a player in fantasy as we used to, we have a little song that we sing. Dave, are you going to do this with me?
Yeah, sure.
All right. This is what we say when we say, listen, he's going to be good, but you should have lowered expectations. Little bad TV reference for you there.
Yay.
I feel like that fell flat.
Man, that's a deep pull. No, you did it perfectly, because that song always fell flat when people heard it. It's supposed to lower your expectations, which is exactly what it did. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's what you're going to feel when you draft the 3rd string Saints quarterback this year, or when you pick up Zach Wilson on waiver wire to be your quarterback in week 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to really suck,
Mhm.
and you're going to have like no expectations at that point. You'll be lucky if you have 6 fantasy points. I have a question about Jim McAllister himself, Will. He works at a tire shop. Has it made you like, how deep have you gone into like character research? Like, are you now like keyed into like what makes for a great tire? Do you know how to like change a tire in like 120 seconds? Like how far did you go to research Jim McAllister?
You know, this is interesting. Myself, Montana Jordan, and Jesse Perez, who plays Ruben, who also works at the shop. The 3 of us, when we started the series last year, went to like Burbank Tire to this place, and like they put us through the courses. We like learned it all. We did all sorts of crap, so that when we're dealing with a car in the show, it's not you're not just a guy with a screwdriver holding it up to, or trying to fix the toaster with a wrench and just looking like you have no idea. So changing a tire is something that everyone should have to do now and again. So it's always nice to brush up on it. I'd like to say that I didn't need the course, but I learned a lot.
Okay.
I've never changed a tire. I hope I never have to. Tom, I'm sorry. I've never. Tom, how long would it take you to change a tire?
I mean, that's just something you learn. Like when you're 16, I mean, you drive some old. My first car had 200,000 miles on it. It was a hand-me-down. So I get out from work, and there was a flat tire, and it's just one of the things you got to know. So the most it probably took me was like 5 minutes, and then the worst was like 2 hours in the middle of a blizzard, and I didn't have anything except a turn jack that they give you from the dealership, and that was when it was like -5 degrees. That was not fun.
Yeah, at that point, you're just buying AAA every year, and that's the end of that.
So Tom, I know Dave and Will are big wrestling fans. Are you a wrestling fan?
Oh yeah, let's go.
Okay, good. So Will famously took the Stone Cold Stunner. It was a pretty awesome moment where he's in there imitating Stone Cold, and then he gets the stunner. Will, I'll ask you first. I want everybody's opinion here. If you could be in the ring and get your butt kicked by any wrestler of any era, who would it be?
Oh my gosh, guys, go ahead. I mean, I have so many on my wish list of potential beatdowns that you hopefully as a kid growing up watching wrestling, you have dreams of as an adult. Just Bam Bam Bigelow smacking the shit out of you in the corner. I don't know. Bam Bam, mine's Bam Bam Bigelow.
I would have never guessed that Bam Bam Bigelow would have been.
That's a phenomenal pull, Will. I respect that so much.
Right. That is that's a deeper cut than lowered expectations, I would say. I would love to like get my butt whipped by CM Punk or Jake the Snake Roberts again. But like if I'm thinking about getting my butt kicked, maybe I want something that's not going to be very painful. I might go like in the direction of Hornswoggle or Linda McMahon, someone that's not going to lay the smackdown too much on me. So that way I can at least get to the back, like on my own 2 feet. I don't need Brock Lesnar putting me in an F5 and slamming me into the ring 6 times. I'm don't need that happening.
I think it'd be an honor to tap out to the sharpshooter from Bret the Hitman Hart. I mean, like that I feel like is a badge of honor. And if you want to go with safe workers, you go old school, you go Macho Man Randy Savage. I mean, he plotted everything out in the ring. But to tap out to a sharpshooter, I think I'd put that on the bucket list.
All right, Will, I'm going to let you go in a little bit. I want to know, so obviously you're a comedian, very funny guy, and which fan base, if you had to pick one NFL fan base that deserves to be the subject of a comedy roast, who would you choose? And it would be great since you got the Packers guy. If you chose the Packers, that would be great. But even if you don't, that's fine. One fan base that deserves a comedy roast.
I don't think the Packers fans would be good for a roast because they stick together. They own the team. They would just they would no sell, not to wrestling, but they would just kind of brush off your jokes. Cleveland is too obvious. Everyone likes to, mess with the Browns. I'm not going to go against the Steelers because that's my team. So I'm going to say, I'm originally from just outside of Vancouver, Canada. So we're close to Seattle. I'm going to say the Seattle Seahawks. I think everyone would have fun with that. Plenty of fodder.
Tom, you
Could
applaud?
not agree more, Will. Oh, excellent. The only other one would be the Cowboys. But
yeah. I was about to say Cowboys are the slam dunk answer because there's so much material. You could do an hour-long special on the Dallas Cowboys if you wanted.
I think there's one of those on Netflix.
Will, I'm curious, man. What kind of fantasy leagues are you in? Are you into fantasy as much as we are?
So I'm in right now. I'm in one at work with some CBS people, and I used to be in one with a bunch of the guys, my pals from back home that I grew up with, but they wouldn't. Nobody wanted to do it for money. Everyone was just hanging on to the bragging rights. That was it, just bragging rights, and it got kind of boring and fizzled out, except for one guy who was running the league, who is a Cowboys fan. So I'm going to change my answer. Cowboys fans, team, the people in general are a pain in the ass. And I'm glad I'm not in that league anymore.
Oh, that's a great way to end it. I never felt so good to be a Giants fan right now. Will, thank you so much for coming on. Again, season 2 of Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage premieres Thursday, October 16th on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus. Good luck to the Steelers this year. Thanks for helping us out here on our Draft-a-Thon.
Cheers. Thanks for having me, guys.
All right, Tom. Tom, you definitely did not. You're too young for the lowered expectations reference, right?
Yeah, it's I know of it, but I wasn't going to start singing along.
that's quite all right. All right, I want to share my screen here. Dave, you ready to take a look at Tom Grossi's FFT Open team?
Yeah, as long as I don't have to say more, I'm good.
You want to talk about roasting? It's about to be this. I was in Green Bay for 2.5 days, and during it, you emailed me at. I couldn't get on my computer. So yeah, it picked some, I think I got, oh my God, the guy from the Giants who's now going to be the third string running back.
No, he's fine. He's fine.
Tyrone Tracy. I don't think I'm going to be, there's not going to be any world enders with Tyrone Tracy. But
this is a good team, Dave. Look at this team. Baker, Barkley, Connor, Puka, McConkey, Tyler Warren, Tyrone Tracy. This is a good team.
So when I review a fantasy team, by the way, it's weird to see myself on the screen while I'm on. That's a little weird. I like to think about, okay, where were the players that this manager drafted? Where would I have drafted them? And did he get any steals in my mind? And so I look at this team, I immediately see Saquon Barkley. He was probably your first round pick. That's cool. Puka might have been your second round pick. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
Ladd in round 3. Round 4. Was that James Conner?
I think that was Connor. Yeah.
Okay. That's not the worst thing in the world because it's how many teams are in this league? Is it 12 teams?
12 teams. Yeah.
All right. I would take Connor in round 4. So
I think he took Christian Watson in round 4.
No, I don't think he did.
I waited a little bit for that one. He was my second to last pick. And I was like, dude, he comes back. He was driving that offense last year. So
did you take Baker Mayfield in round 5?
I think it was Mayfield. Yeah, that sounds all right.
Well, here you go on CBS. You just go.
Now I'm getting the head shake of shame.
Yeah. Baker Mayfield round 5. Yeah.
Oh,
yep.
At least he's got a good team name. All you need is love. That's a good
all you need is love, baby.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Great.
You know what?
That's great when his team finishes with 7 wins and misses the playoffs.
Listen, I got Tua as a backup, and we all know he's healthy all season. So we're gonna go crazy.
My mistake. You've got a championship squad. Everybody knows that when you've got Tua, that's the way to go. No, but so I would look at that, and I would kind of give you a little bit of the red pen for having Baker Mayfield in round 5. Maybe you took Tyrone Tracy in round 6. I love Tyler Warren, but if you took him in round 6 or round 7, that's another one of these and another stroke of the red pen. So I see that team, and I'm thinking it's more of a B minus. I know
Jeez.
I shouldn't be mean to Tom.
I know you can be as mean as you want. That's fine.
All right, that team's an F for crying out loud. What the
Let's
hell?
go.
Were you
That's what we're
thinking?
talking about. Listen, I'm a former teacher. We can get out the red pen. We already have one on the desks, so we'll mark it
You
up.
know what? Man, like be mean to Alfredo. Alfredo can take it. He's a fantasy analyst. And you know what? We're going to look at his team. We're going to look at his team, right? What's up, Alfredo?
I just got here, man. Like, we didn't even get a high. Like nothing.
Show.
Oh, man. That reminds me of the Simpsons when Flanders is flipping out and he says something like awful about Lenny. And Lenny's like, what happened? I just got here. So, I don't even know you, but I'm sure you're terrible or something like that. What's up, Alfredo Brown? How we doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. This is sort of my flu game. I'm just getting back from having a fever, but I took a whole bunch of fun over-the-counter pills, very legal, and I'm here ready for the Draft-a-Thon. What's up?
Nice. A little more cowbell too.
Yeah, sure.
So
I'm sick and not feeling well, but I managed to make my hair look like a freaking rock star today.
No, I wake up like this, Dave. Like I don't even put anything in it.
It's terrific hair.
My wife bought me a bonnet that I wear to bed so that the hair just doesn't move.
Normally, I've got to deal with Jamie's hair on the show. Jamie always has great hair. I show up to the Draft-a-Thon and Tom's hair is on point. You look like a supermodel. I'm lucky I even have hair. I'm 49 years old, and
as Adam fixes his hair, he's like, "Hold on, let's please." Like, I noticed that he didn't say anything about my hair.
At least not on a black AstroTurf on the top of my head.
It was a little messy. I took a gamble. I took a shower before the show. I didn't know what that was going to do. The hair was a little messy, so it was a bit of a gamble. All right, you ready? Let's why don't we see Alfredo's team? But before we do that, Tom, you're really good at this. So talk to our audience and tell them why we need to donate to St. Jude.
Yeah, no, I mean, St. Jude's an awesome organization, and obviously they're pretty darn well known. But considering the cost that it takes just to treat a single child, you're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's just the world that we live in. And the fact that, parents never see a bill, you don't have to worry about any of that. They take patients from literally all around the country. And on top of that, the work that they do, because we raised money for them during 30 and 30. And then we went to the international tour just to kind of put a spotlight on how much they do internationally as well. They share all of this data and all this research that it's going to reduce mortality rates for kids, who have cancer around the planet. So it's good stuff, man. I mean, I had a chance to go to Memphis and go to the campus, and it was a very sobering and just incredible experience, and meeting patient families. And, it's real stuff, and so to have an organization that, commits themselves to children like St. Jude does. Yeah, it's pretty great.
And just scroll down on the YouTube page. Just scroll down and hit that donate button, and let's get some more money raised here as we try to get to $200,000. All right. So Alfredo's team also has Baker Mayfield.
Can I preface this?
Let's go, Alfredo.
I auto drafted 2 picks because I was in a recording and then 2 meetings, and I ended up auto drafting Baker Mayfield and Travis Kelce back to back.
What rounds?
I think it was 6 and 7.
All right, so
if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, you didn't take Baker in round 5.
It might have been. What idiot would do that? It's crazy.
I think this is a pretty good team. I mean, Neighbors, St. Brown. I'm guessing Cook, Walker. Your first 4 picks. You had J-Mo at flex. It's pretty good.
When did you get Jameson? That must have been round 5.
I think Jameson was the round 5 pick. And then I hopped into a couple meetings and a recording, and I came back and I had Travis Kelce and Baker Mayfield, and my entire draft was ruined.
No, I mean, it's okay. It's okay. What do you think about, we're going to play a game called Pick That Packer with a question mark.
Okay.
And what do you think about, what's your reaction to the Rashee Rice 6-game suspension to start the season, Alfredo?
That makes sense because he is definitely on the Packers. So I'm glad we phrased it this way.
Awkward transition. Eventually, but for now, what's your reaction to the Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Rashee Rice?
I mean, this is, I guess, kind of best case scenario because at first it was rumored to be 8 games, and then it was supposed to be like 8 games after he plays 4 weeks, and that just all sounded like a nightmare. So knowing it's 6 games, knowing when it's going to happen, at least when you go into your drafts, you can probably take Rashee Rice a little bit earlier than maybe expected because you know exactly what weeks he's missing and how you can work around that. The problem is like there's not too many other guys where you say, "Ooh, I really want to plug them in for 6 weeks and then probably take them out for Rashee Rice." Like there's not a lot of insurance policies here, but once Rice is back in, there's not too many players like him that are going to have that wide receiver 1 upside week in and week out. So like that's where I see the value. He's kind of leaning in that high end wide receiver 3, low end wide receiver 2 value in your drafts, depending on format, how many receivers and stuff like that.
All right, Dave wants to know if he can pepper Tom with Packers questions. And by the way, Dave, did you recognize Tom from the NFL draft? Because you may not know, but he actually announced a freaking pick at the NFL draft.
Listen, Micah Robinson got cut today after making the 53-man roster. He's going to go back to the P squad, but because they just picked up that linebacker from the Chargers. And so it was a very happy day yesterday, and then it was a very sad day today.
I saw you reacting to that. I'm sorry. I saw the happy reaction. I'm sorry I didn't know he got cut today, but go ahead, Dave.
So I want to start with Matthew Golden and what I don't know if you go to Packers practice.
Why don't we just play Pick That Packer? Because this involves Matthew Golden.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, then you can pepper him. Okay.
All right. So first we'll play Pick That Packer. Then I'll pepper Palm with questions.
The alliteration is beautiful.
Yeah.
All right. Let's play.
A teacher would love it.
You want to start with Matthew Golden? We can start with Matthew Golden. Pick That Packer with a question mark. I'm going to give you Matthew Golden and you tell me, are you taking the Packer or are you taking someone else? Everyone can play. But I'm going to let Tom go first on each one. Matthew Golden or Emeka Egbuka in fantasy?
Ooh, that's tough. You know what? And because McMillan's going to be out for a bit too. The thing with the Packers, too, is the way that they're utilizing Golden is usually if you are drafted by the Green Bay Packers, you are not thrown into the fire. They very much slow roll you out. However, everybody and their mother, including Jordan Love, is Golden has been the guy. And yes, going to this last joint practice, it's practice, right? But he's lighting it up. And it's a difference maker when he's on the field. So I have a feeling that he is going to get a ton of targets, especially with some injuries. Of course, Watson's going to be out at least for the first few games. Then you have Romeo Doubs, who is thankfully healthy, but you worry about his concussions. There's a couple things that you worry about, and also just catching the football. So Egbuka, I feel like right now is going to be slotted into that wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3, depending on how healthy Godwin is coming back. But I feel like Golden has the opportunity to get a significant amount of reps and then sustain throughout the season until Watson comes back. But if Golden's rocking, they'll keep on rocking with him. So I'll go Golden.
Okay. So you were at the Packers practice and
I was there on Thursday for the Seahawks. Yep.
Okay. I'm a football nerd. I know Alfredo is too. Can you think of maybe 1 or 2 things you saw that made you drop your jaw and go, oh yeah, Matthew Golden is real deal Holyfield?
Yeah, in terms of his speed, because I didn't think that his game speed in college was reflective of his 40 time. I thought his 40 time was a little bit faster than how he usually plays. But yeah, no, he's fast. His route running looks pretty darn crisp. And I will say, and this is a little bit unfair, if you watch that first preseason game with the Packers, everybody was dropping footballs, and Golden is not dropping balls. He had that one big catch against the Seahawks on Saturday, which looked really good. So his ability to go up and get the ball and his speed kind of makes him stand out.
All right, so you're going Golden. Dave, Egbuka or Golden?
I'm going to go Egbuka. And I know that Golden has looked great in practice, and I've heard it from other friends that have been at the joint practices and other Packers practices as well. So I'm excited to draft him, but I think I'd rather have Egbuka, who I've seen in a joint practice, and I've seen him running amazing routes and snagging passes right out of the air. He's already got great timing with Baker Mayfield. Really, the entire Tampa Bay offense has looked in mid-season form, dare I say. They really look great. Mike Evans looked great. And Emeka Egbuka, without Jalen McMillan on the field for the first half of the year, with huge question marks about Chris Godwin, I think there's a real chance. Oh, by the way, Kate Otten is banged up too. There's a real chance that Egbuka sees pretty damn good target volume to begin the season and parlays it into having it stay consistent over the course of the whole season. Plus you tack on all the plaudits that have been coming out of Tampa from reporters, from teammates, coaches. And now you can throw one more, an independent journalist on the scene that saw Egbuka play well. And he's humble as can be, good character guy off the field as well. I got to talk to him. I think that I would take him in round 6, and I would take Golden in round 7. And if I had those 2 guys as my 3rd and 4th receivers on my fantasy team, I'd be loving my fantasy team.
Yeah.
All right. Alfredo, Golden or Egbuka?
Yeah, I'm in the same camp here as Dave. I'm taking Egbuka over Golden. I will say if all things are equal, I'm taking those guys. The ADP for Ibuka is like just shooting up the more and more people are getting excited about him. So it might get to a point where it's like not as valuable and you're taking him where a bunch of other guys are going that he's probably going too high. So that's the only time where I'd say maybe I lean towards Golden, but I like Ibuka better as a prospect coming out of Ohio State. He's been a guy that's been super productive even when he is sharing the field with other very productive receivers, and he goes into an offense that knows how to utilize him perfectly, where he can play inside, outside. He could be the perfect Robin to Mike Evans Batman, and honestly probably become the main wide receiver for this Bucs offense by the end of the year. So I'm leaning towards Ibuka.
All right, so I've got 3 to 4 minutes left before our next guest comes on, and Tom and Alfredo are going to hop off, and I've got 15 players to ask you guys about. So what we're going to do instead,
lightning round.
We're just going to play pick that. There's supposed to be a question mark.
They're all Packers.
It's all Packers all the time.
How many of these guys would you take over Matthew Golden?
Ooh.
I would take Ibuka. I don't know if I would take any other ones. And I'm a Keon Coleman guy.
Olave is the one that I may, but like, I don't know, their quarterback situation. Ibuka, like, I feel like you're just going to have more consistency, especially early on in the season. So like, I can understand that comp 100%, but yeah, I'm taking Golden over the rest.
All right.
Yeah, same here. I've got Golden one spot ahead of Olave. I've got Samuel and Coleman a few more spots down. So it's Ibuka, Golden, Olave, and then the rest.
Let's get to our next round of Pick That Packer. Let's go to the Josh Jacobs slide here.
You're saying it with the exclamation point and the question mark, and I really respect that.
It's almost like you're surprised that there's a Packer.
If you ever want to know how Screech from Saved by the Bell would say pick that Packer, you've now heard it multiple times.
If there were 5 Packers on there, then it would just be pick that Packer. But how many of these guys would you take over Josh Jacobs in a PPR league?
Yeah,
that's tough, man.
Yeah, I know. I'm really good at this.
I think, yeah, I guess so. You're really good at hosting Pick That Packer.
That Packer?
I'm going to take that Packer over the entire field, Bob.
Oh,
ooh. Bowers is fun because, like, just your tight end options, right? Like, you expect that he's going to do pretty darn well, and AJ Brown is always great. But Jacobs, man, like, he had a great year last season, and the way that he's going to be involved in that offense, especially the Packers got more protection, and even if, like, we have a bunch of guys hurt right now, if they're not throwing the ball as much, Jacobs is going to ground and pound, and Matt LaFleur loves to run the football. And Marshawn Lloyd is hurt. So
yeah.
Emmanuel Wilson's the backup.
I'm going to take both of the Browns over Jacobs. Yeah, I'm going to go Chase Brown and AJ Brown over Jacobs.
Yeah, I'm taking Chase Brown over Jacobs as well. The upside there is just ridiculous. And that back half of the season there when he was getting the usage that we're probably going to see again,
yeah,
he's very, very likely to be a top 5, top 6 running back, or even better, just because of how often that offense is going to have to throw.
All right, a couple more here. And for the record, I take Jacobs over Brown in a half PPR league. With full PPR, I'd go Chase Brown. Let's do the tight end one. Pick that Packer, Tucker Kraft. How many of these guys would you take ahead of Tucker Kraft?
Hawkinson, 100. Like that's without hesitation right now because Musgrave is going to see the field again too. So you do have to worry about him potentially splitting targets. Warren, I think, is going to get a lot of looks. I think Kraft is a good tight end to have, but yeah, I would say Hawkinson. You could maybe convince me about Warren, but Hawk, I'd go.
So I've heard some things about Tucker Kraft, and I kind of want to ask Tom about him. And I don't know if he's going to be so optimistic like he was about Matthew. So listen, what have you seen from Kraft in practices? Has he been getting a lot of targets? Is he involved? Could he be their version of George Kittle like we were kind of thinking he could be?
I mean, I think that they're experimenting with Luke Musgrave is not done yet. So that's why I have a bunch of hesitation because I just don't know. Like, I think Kraft is going to see the field a ton because that's how we saw the field the first time. We thought that Luke Musgrave was going to be like this incredible tight end, and then he got hurt. And then, Kraft came in and he did pretty damn well. So I think for Kraft, who has definitely been making some plays in practice, he was pretty damn good when I saw him. I think that he's got some really good upside. It's just about what is that volume going to look like, especially if they're spreading the ball around. And again, with Musgrave competing for targets, I'd be a little trepidatious about, going full sail on Kraft.
Nice SAT word there. All right, Dave and Alfredo, how many are you guys taking ahead of Tucker Kraft?
I am crazy about Tyler Warren. I think he's going to be a real difference maker for the Colts. So I'm going to take him over Tucker Kraft. And I think Evan Ingram can be a difference maker for the Broncos too. Could be second on the team in targets. He's giving this offense a dimension that it didn't have last year. Someone who has size and speed and can find some good matchups. And he's really more of a short area target, which is great because Bo Nix has been more of a short area thrower. So I think those two kind of go together nicely. They pair together like a red wine and a steak. So give me Warren, give me Ingram, and then I'll take Kraft over Hockenson. I'm not the biggest fan of Hockenson getting huge volume for the entire season. For the first 3 weeks, I mean, there's no question Hawkinson's going to be better than Kraft. But I worry a little bit about how big of a role Hockenson will have when Jefferson's healthy, Addison's healthy. And this is a Vikings team that wants to run the ball a little bit more than they did in the past. And that's going to take away a few targets from everybody. But I think it'll hurt Hockenson the most.
Alfredo?
For me, amongst these tight ends, I'm taking Hockenson over Kraft. I'm also taking Tyler Warren over Kraft. Tyler Warren was my, quote, football guy at tight end because the upside is just absolutely ridiculous with him. We kind of see the offense is really likely to run through him. All these guys that are on this board right here, except for maybe Colson Loveland, are likely to be number 1 or 2 on their team in targets. So I'm taking Hockenson and Warren over him. You mentioned Ingram. I've got him just a little bit lower than Kraft, and then Loveland is probably the lowest out of all these guys.
Okay, last one here. We're going to do, some say all you need is love, I've heard. So we're going to do the Jordan Love one, but just the name here, just names. Who would you take? Pick that Packer. Who would you take ahead of Jordan Love?
Not a soul on that list. Come on now. You kidding me? All you need is love. That's it. No question mark. Caleb Williams, we'll see if he throws for 4,000 yards finally for the Bears. But JJ, I think is just too big of a question mark, man. Like I have a lot of reservations about him.
Face. Look at that.
Sure. Yes. Something. Drake May, I think he has a bunch of upside. I'm curious with actual protection and actual receivers, what he looks like this year. And listen, like to talk about Caleb real quick, I think he has a really high ceiling, is a lot of potential, but you are learning a brand new offense. And, Ben Johnson instead of Eberflus is a very big difference. So we got to just see how long that's going to take to gel. And then Purdy, man. Yeah, I don't know about Purdy. I don't know.
Oh, that's I'd take him over Love. Alfredo, who you got?
Yeah, I'm going May, Caleb, and Purdy over Love in 4-point per passing touchdown leagues. In 6 points, I'm going Love and Purdy as my top 2 guys there. But for the other ones, man, that rushing upside for May is just ridiculous. Love, I wish Jordan Love would run a little bit more.
He will.
He's not hurt this year.
Yeah, he had the injury.
Besides his thumb.
Okay.
All right,
they're all in the same tier.
Tom, can I ask you one last question before you go?
Gotcha.
How do Packers fans rank? Like, who are their biggest rivals? Who is it? Bears number 1 by far? Like, what's the NFC?
Depends on who you ask. Because I would say, recently it's been the Lions, right? But historically, of course, you're going to go with the Bears. But this is the first time that they beat us in how many years? So the Vikings are the team that I have always viewed as the biggest rival because I was a fan in the 90s and 2000s, and they were the ones that were constantly, either beating the Packers. Brett Favre went there. Adrian Peterson ran all over us. So they gave us the most amount of problems. But historically, you can't go wrong with the Chicago Bears.
Aaron Rodgers or Brett Favre?
Aaron Rodgers.
Okay.
Yeah, Brett Favre helped save the franchise, but Rodgers is a better quarterback.
Alfredo, Tua Tagovailoa or Brett Favre?
Tua Tagovailoa.
Guys, thank you for coming on. We appreciate it. Great stuff from you guys. And
appreciate you having us, guys.
Awesome.
Thanks for having me.
Sure. And great hair, both of you.
Thank you.
That's why we're here.
Thank you. All right, we got our next guest coming in. Let's bring in Emmanuel when we get a chance here. I guess I can do it. I can click the button. And
Heath, whatever you do.
There he is. Emmanuel, what's going on?
How are you?
We're great. I'm sorry for making you wait, man. 5 minutes. I went long there. Thank you for your patience. Listen, Dave, this guy won 4 fantasy championships last year. Maybe we should be asking him for advice.
Maybe we should. I want to hear about these leagues that you were in, Emmanuel.
Yeah, I mean, it was a few leagues, a lot. I had a few with friends, some with some people I didn't really know. But I was in 6 leagues. I got first place in 4 of them. I got second place in 1, and I got third place in the other.
Okay, so who were the 1 or 2 players?
Third place is horrible. What a crap year, man. I mean,
look at you. Stop making jokes. This is a serious show. Emmanuel, who were the 1 or 2 players that you had on multiple championship teams that really helped you and that you're going to go and try and get again this year?
Yeah, every year is Lamar Jackson. Every year, he's a playmaker. He puts up points almost every week, and he does what he needs to do. Like, no doubt.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty good.
Do you feel like you have to take him in round 1?
No, not at all.
Okay,
he is a quick player you want to get before anybody else takes, but I say about 2 or 3, definitely.
Okay. That was a test question to see what type of fantasy manager we were dealing with. If you had been like, "Oh yeah, Lamar Jackson, round 1," I would have thought to myself, "Okay, that's fine," but now we know that he may not take it as seriously. But your answer was perfect, so very well done.
Thank you.
Now we know we've got a serious fantasy mind.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, who is Emmanuel, right? Let's introduce him to our audience here. So obviously we're here to raise money for St. Jude, and if you're in the chat right now and you want your questions answered, let's try to raise $1,000 during our next 5 to 10 minutes here. And Emmanuel is going to tell you why. So you have an amazing story about St. Jude and the work they did for you. And why don't you go ahead and tell your story?
Yes, sir. Yeah, so my name is Emmanuel. I'm 21 years old right now. And 17 years ago, when I was 4 years old, I was diagnosed with retinoblastoma in my left eye. It's a very rare cancer, but most common in ages 1 to 4. And I was one of those children who had that encounter. It was an interesting moment in my life because you're so young and you don't really know what cancer is. But being around my family and seeing how they responded to that type of news, it definitely made me feel some type of way. Only being a child. And my mom actually is one who really felt like something, I say multiple intuition, and she definitely had that. She definitely felt like something was wrong at first. It was 3 times. She took me to the eye doctor 3 times, and she felt like something was wrong. She had no idea it could have been cancer, but she knew something wasn't right. And on that 3rd time, they looked into my eye, and they said that I have a tumor. It's encapsulated inside of my eye. And immediately, I believe it was the next day, I was in Tennessee, in Memphis, on St. Jude's ground. That's how urgent they are. That's how important a life is to them. They took no time to get me onto that campus and to get me treated. They paid for the flight, the food, the housing, and the surgery. Everything we needed, we had it. We didn't have to worry about anything. It was everything on the fly. And being able to sit here and tell my story is truly a blessing because now, like I said, I'm 21 years old. In college, I've been blessed to play football, run track myself, and I've been able to do things that everyone thought was impossible with only one lie. And I sit here, tell everyone that donating is more than just giving money to a hospital. It's saving a life, it's saving a child, and it's someone like me standing in front of you, just being able to talk about football.
Yeah, man. Amazing. Wow. Amazing. It's
God bless you, man.
We could say it all the time, but to get a testimonial like this really puts it in perspective. And also what they do for the families is you can't even imagine what's going on for the parents and just making it so much easier for them. I've actually, throughout the course of this month, raising money for St. Jude, I've gotten some emails from people who have either, been encountered St. Jude one way or the other, worked with them, been a patient there, and they've also said such amazing things about this hospital. So this is a great cause, and let's just raise some money. Please keep on donating whatever you can spare. We'd really appreciate it here. But you played football and you got, I see in the notes 18 football scholarships.
Sir.
What kind of limitations did you have with the eye, and how did you overcome them on the field? And what position did you play?
So originally, I started playing football as a wide receiver, and of course, depth possession was a hard thing for me to adjust to. Having one eye, I can't track the ball as well. But eventually, I've done my own thing where I would go out to the field right after practice. I stayed till about 9-10 p.m. and get yelled at when I get home for staying so late because I was just working on anything I possibly could so I can get better. And eventually, by my senior year of high school, I would switch to defensive end. I got bigger, got stronger, and my coaches felt like it was a great spot for me to be in. I didn't have to worry about looking everywhere. I just had to focus on my guy and get to the quarterback, and that led me to being a first team all district defensive end.
Wow.
Damn. What's the hardest you ever hit a quarterback, and how awesome was that?
It was amazing. Both feet off the ground, ball in the air.
Oh, you guys recover it?
It was a incomplete pass,
Right.
unfortunately, but my best friend, he almost caught it. I'm messing about that every day.
That's terrific. So Pittsburgh Steelers, huh? What do you think about Aaron Rodgers this year?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Of course. I'm always with my Steelers, and Aaron Rodgers is one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. So I'm actually happy for him to be on our team. I first encountered the Steelers when I was playing wide receiver, like I said, and they had such a great offense. And then once I switched to defense, Steelers defense, that's a force to be reckoned with every year. And so playing defense and then watching them on defense, I just love the way they do it.
But that leads to some interesting dilemmas, though, because you say you're a Steelers fan, and of course I believe you, but Lamar Jackson's your quarterback in fantasy. So what do you do those two times a year where you've got to
Yeah, that's fantasy. Of course, I could take 2 losses and still win the league. So I'm not complaining about that. As long as the Steelers get it done, I'm fine with it.
And the one team that always gives Lamar Jackson problems is
yes, sir.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yes, sir, because they know how to do it.
They do. Have you checked out their running back room? And if so, do you have a favorite? Is there a running back in Pittsburgh that you are going to try and get, let's say round 8 in your fantasy draft?
I was a little disappointed when I found out about Najee Harris going to the Chargers because it's a big guy jumping over people the way he does. It's amazing to watch. But I say in round 8, running back I like to pick up is Caleb Johnson. I love picking up rookies just because you never know what's gonna happen. Caleb Johnson was really good at Iowa and he did his thing.
I'm optimistic too. I'll let you go with this, right? We got a question from the chat. Are you out on George Pickens after having left the Steelers? I know lots of Steelers fans who say once a wide receiver leaves, they're done. People, they say that? That's kind of harsh.
Deontay Johnson. Can you believe that?
We're done, bro.
Yeah, I was actually really excited to see George Pickens and DK Metcalf together for a few days. Mm-hmm. So once he went out to the Cowboys, that was also disappointing. But, of course, I'm not done. That's still a really great receiver. Him and CeeDee Lamb both are two of arguably the greatest ball trackers in the league right now. They have a great catch radius, and I feel like that's a dangerous team. That's a dangerous combination.
Well, Emmanuel, thank you so much for coming on, sharing your story. Everyone, please hit that donate button. Let's raise as much money as we can for St. Jude. This is the reason why. This is amazing stuff. Good luck to you and all of your future endeavors, and you can stop by. Hopefully, we'll talk to you next year, too. Take care, man. Thanks.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Emmanuel.
All right. That was something, Dave.
I don't think we should wait till next year to talk to Emmanuel.
I know. He's winning championships all the time.
Right. We should probably have him on to talk about, who he likes and who he doesn't like and get those opinions going with ours, man.
Yeah, you know who doesn't win championships, ever? Jake Ciely. Jake Ciely sucks. Hribar hasn't won a championship in 10 years, I've heard. These guys are pumped. Oh, hey, Rich and Jake are here. What's up, guys?
I see
Pocket
a trophy
aces.
behind Rich, and I know that there's championships behind Jake. So I think you are very wrong.
At least,
Well, that
at
one
least
was 12
I
years
hide
ago.
them.
How do I not? Oh, God, Pocket Aces is the best nickname I've ever been given ever. And Rich
Pocket
is
aces.
he's the only one who calls me that. We got to keep it going, man.
I thought you'd respect, after our last conversation, the shirt I was wearing for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So I have to bring it back after our last talk.
I see Rafa. You know what's funny? One of my friends was listening to the podcast, and he sent me something off eBay. Hold on, I have it right here. It's a Ninja Turtles football edition, and
That's perfect.
and look at this packaging. I mean, it's so cheap and ripped and all that. But
It's eBay, dude.
yeah, unfortunately, it's Leonardo who's like the nerd. So yeah, I wanted Raphael.
No, Leonardo's not the nerd. I don't tell is the
They're
nerd.
both nerds. Don't you see that? They're both losers.
Leo is the leader.
Raphael is where it's at. Rich, please back me up. You got to have some advanced metric on Raphael being the best.
Yeah. Raphael is definitely a big spark score guy. I think his metrics are really strong.
Oh man! All right, so I asked you guys to come with some breakouts and busts, I guess. So, without that, Rich, give me a breakout or a bust. If you want, you can just say the name and we can guess what category. It's
I made notes so you could guess.
Oh, really?
Okay, nice.
All right, yeah, let's do it like that then. So here, yeah, I'll give you some clues. This was a first round draft pick. He plays in the NFC West.
Oh, Jackson Smith and Jigba breakout.
Come on.
No. He is a wide receiver.
Ricky Pearsall breakout.
Yep.
Yeah.
Richard Pearsall would be my first kind of
Oh,
breakout
Rizzy
here.
Pearsall.
Here, I'll give you my 3 notes. Second year wide receiver 5 the final 2 weeks. The only healthy wide receiver, question mark? He was on my list too.
Yeah,
He's on everybody's list. He's phenomenal.
right. But like in some of the FFT Open leagues, he was going round 5 or 6. So it's the question of, Rich, when do you reach? I don't even know if it's a reach, but when do you take Ricky Pearsall? We can all get on board with that, but how early is too early?
Yeah, I would say like right around like like wide receiver 30 to 36 is like kind of the strike zone where you want to be at. Anything later than that would be amazing. You look at Pearsall though, and what happened to him last year obviously is the preseason hamstring injury. He gets shot. And what happened to him is he boarded a moving train. Like he onboarded an offense in the middle of the season that had already had George Kittle as an established pass catcher, had then Juwan Jennings an established pass catcher, it had Deebo Samuel as an established pass catcher. This year's gonna be totally different. He's now getting installed as a focal point of the passing game to enter week 1, and the other guys are going to get onboarded where he can kind of say like, hey, I've already established myself here. Just imagine at face value getting a round 1, year 2 Kyle Shanahan wide receiver at a wide receiver 3, wide receiver 4 cost. I think just on the surface, you just take that as a blind bet.
Yeah, now he's driving the train, Rich, is what's going on with Ricky Pearsall. And there's a long track record of wide receivers in San Francisco not getting a huge target share or target volume, I should say. This is a team that likes to run the football a lot. And certainly when they've had McCaffrey, they like to throw to their running backs. I think because of the situation that he's in, Pearsall could begin the year seeing, I don't know about way more than 7 targets per game, but 7 targets per game from a 49 wide receiver is pretty good.
It's never happens. I mean, that's the thing. Like, they're so efficient, but I don't know the last time a 49ers wide receiver had 120 targets. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like Ayuk and Deebo, they were sort of in that range. But this is one of the – I don't think you need 120 targets because the Niners turn every target into so much success. By the way, can we think of a better, boarding the moving train, driving the train? Can we think of a better train movie than Under Siege 2?
Throw Mama from the train.
Under Siege 2, I never saw that one, but Under Siege 2 is my favorite train movie. I don't know. Money Train? I don't remember that one.
Kidding? Have you ever seen?
The one with Brad Pitt that just came out like 3 years ago. That was amazing.
I haven't seen a new movie in like 15 years, man. I don't know anything.
What the hell was the name of the Brad Pitt movie? By the way, I'm going to ask a question to
Midnight
Dave
Run
because,
is the movie.
That's a good one.
It's a great one.
Dave, would you take Marvin Harrison or Pearsall as of today? Because I'm going Pearsall.
Are you? I'm going to take Marvin Harrison Jr. I still think that there's
Bullet train.
a little bit more touchdown.
Unstoppable. Ridley Scott, the jam, right? Or not Ridley Scott? Not Ridley Scott. Who was it? Who directed that?
Oh, it was the M. Night Shyamalan?
No.
Didn't he do a train one?
He passed away. Is it Tony Scott? Is it man? It's Tony Scott, right? Denzel and Chris Pine.
Leach.
Oh, how about the Denzel? The taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3. That was a good one. But my vote. I'm having a Snickers, by the way.
Real quick, Dave. Here's my problem: it's the Cardinals. The Cardinals stop throwing them. It's 4 verts. They play Madden. They're like 4 verts, 4 verts, 4 verts, 4 verts. Like stop throwing them a go routes every damn play.
That's all Kyler, because that's what Kyler does when he plays Madden.
Maybe that's true.
I'm encouraged by the routes that Harrison ran in the preseason and in practice. He's starting to do more in breaking, out breaking, not as far downfield. He wants to win more contested catches. I'd like to think that he'll have his timing down with Kyler better this year than last year. Kyler's talked about getting better there. So I'll buy the ticket and take the ride on the Marvin Harrison train, even though it might not go very fast compared to Pearsall.
They're using Zay Jones how they should be using Marv, which is the issue.
By the way, I have a team named Casey Ryback. Okay, next up.
You want me to give you one?
Jake, what'd you say? Yeah, Jake, give me a breakout or a bust, and let's see if we can figure it out.
I'll stay positive for now. 3rd year. He's had 61 receptions, 880 yards, and 7 touchdowns for his career so far.
Hey.
Ooh.
Nothing yet?
I'm thinking a tight end here.
He's a wide receiver.
Give me the yardage again.
Rich already got him. I was going to say a 2nd-year quarterback who was QB8 last year.
Did you guys rehearse this before the show?
No. This is. Look, the truth is, and this is coming from somebody, I don't know if I've ever talked to you guys about it, but I wasn't the biggest Marvin Mims fan. I actually thought he's very much catch and goes down, and that's what I call a possession wide receiver, and then people are like, well, possession wide receiver doesn't account for the big plays downfield. Yeah, it does. It just means you don't do a lot after the catch. And we screamed at the TVs last year saying, why isn't Sean Payton giving him more opportunities? Well, Sean Payton finally gave him the opportunity to be the number 2. He has clearly been the number 2, and he is going to be the number 2, whereas he's still going in double-digit rounds, and you can start him as your wide receiver 4 and take the good with the bad. That's what I want from a wide receiver 4. I want the potential 20-point weeks, and I'll accept the 5-point weeks knowing he's my wide receiver 4.
Okay. All right, Marvin Mims. Let's go, Jake. I'll give you another round here. Give us a breakout or a bust.
I'll go negative on this one. This wide receiver for you, Adam, 3rd year, going into his 3rd year. He's never had more than, yes, he's a breakout and a bust together. Actually, that is Marvin Mims. He's never had more than 77 receptions, 5 touchdowns, or 10.5 points per game.
And he's a bust?
Yes.
Sounds like a bust.
Yeah.
Jordan His quarterback has been an MVP.
Ooh.
Zay Flowers.
Yes, Zay Flowers.
You guys rehearsed.
The dude legitimately couldn't even be a top 35 fantasy points per game wide receiver, and Lamar just threw 41 touchdowns. Can we stop trying to make wide receivers for the Ravens happen? They don't. It's okay. They don't happen.
He's so good, though. Rich, how do you feel about that? Because he's tricky. His ADP is a little high, I think. But
I would love him on 20 other teams.
Yeah, I know. But
yeah. Definitely. The tough part about Zay Flowers is we know he's a good football player.
Yes.
But like Jake kind of said, you highlighted out, like when your quarterback, throws a touchdown on 50% of his red zone passes and throws 41 touchdowns, and you still can't even crack being a wide receiver 3 on a per game basis. It's kind of hard to come back the next year and say, like, we're going to get a boost because we're expecting some regression from that offense, even though, you're not scared. It's not like you're going to run away from Lamar Jackson, because we've seen him be good when he hasn't thrown 40 passing touchdowns. But when you can't get there when your quarterback has the season he just had, it's really hard to buy in and say, like, he's going to be a weekly starter. I really hope this doesn't happen to Ladd McConkey, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's possible.
I mentioned what I say, in the last, the last 10 years, there's been like oh gosh, I don't remember. Less than one per year wide receivers who finish top 12 in full or half PPR on an offense that's bottom 5 in pass attempts. This doesn't really happen very often. And you
as I hijack your show, Adam, where are you, Rich, and where are you guys on Lad? Because I feel like I'm getting the hate for having him at like wide receiver 15, 14, just because of what Rich just said. I feel like I was, and I'm not saying it's the victory lap, like I was one of the highest on Lad, but I think because of the perception of like he surprised a lot of people, that the perception is now like, oh my God, he's so amazing, when I don't know that his ceiling is much more than a 10% boost off of last year.
Well, I'll tell you.
Go ahead. Dave.
Okay, thanks, Rich. I have a hard time finding that 12th wide receiver for my rankings. And I've had this problem for months. And for a while it was JSN, and right now it's Ladd McConkey. And I got a top 11 that I feel good about. The first 10 especially I feel great about for fantasy.
Who do you have at 11?
T. Higgins is 11.
Okay.
So once I get to 12, the things that you're talking about with Ladd McConkey, they absolutely come into my mind. I did a little bit of research on how he performed when the Chargers gave all their running backs, its collective, 20 or more carries in a game last year. And his fantasy average was still pretty good. He scored a lot of touchdowns, though, that helped supplement it. And he was actually just as good when they didn't give their running backs 20 or more carries last year. So I'm hopeful he can be one of those wide receivers that can deliver north of 16 PPR points per game. And I have a hard time finding a lot of other wide receivers that I can put into that bucket. I think Mike Evans belongs in that bucket. JSN belongs in that bucket. Even Devontae Adams with what's going on in LA with Matthew Stafford, I still think he can get there too. But I have a hard time finding other wide receivers that I could put in there. Really Rashee Rice is going to be gone for 6 games, and that's going to be a problem. If he had never gotten into the car accident, he would easily be ahead of all these guys as a top 12 wide receiver, and we wouldn't even be having this conversation. But fantasy is what it is, and I kind of like lean on Ladd McConkey as my next best wide receiver after those first 11.
All right, so let me jump in here. I just want to say something really cool we're doing tonight, right? So we're doing this 12-team draft as we speak. We're only on pick 3. But the point of this draft, you can guess who the first 2 are, Jamar Chase, Bijan Robinson. The point of this draft was to give 2 of the teams to our audience. We're definitely not going to finish the draft, but we're going to let you pick. So right now, if you're watching live, there is a poll up. Who should team 3 take with the 103 pick? Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, Saquon Barkley, or Jahmyr Gibbs? We'll let this go until 6 o'clock, and then we'll make a pick. I voted Gibbs. He's in second place behind CeeDee Lamb right now. Let's just call it a PPR league, and we'll call it a 2-receiver league.
By the way, speaking of being on the clock, champion Adam is on the clock in Flex Best Ball. You still have 2 hours. I just wanted to point out the fact that you're a champ. I was giving you kudos on that.
Thank you. I don't need a kudos. I had a Snickers. Rich, give me one more breakout or bust.
I'll give you a breakout, and I think that he belongs in the conversation that we just had, that we talked about. If you're looking for like the guy, wide receiver 12er should be over there. He's the highest recruit in Arizona school history.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Tetaroa?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think Tet McMillan should be wide receiver 13 or wide receiver 14. He should absolutely be drafted over Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson was going to be like my next bust, but we're going to keep it positive here. But yeah, I think that's where Tet McMillan should be going. He should be in like kind of that 3rd round range for wide receivers, especially now with Thielen gone. Like we've got Dave Canales has always run his offense through a lead wide receiver. He's actually just openly talked about it. He did it with Mike Evans 2 years ago. He did it for the first 6 weeks with Deontay Johnson until they shipped him out, and then Adam Thielen to close the season. He's going to get to play some of that power slot stuff. He has a better profile than Marv had coming into the league last year.
That's funny. I was about to ask you that, Rich. I was going to say, do you have hesitancy over what we just saw with Marv? More so because Bryce is so much more of an intermediate game passer, in my opinion, that maybe the touchdowns and A-dot limit him, and then he ends up being wide receiver 18, which isn't bad. It just ends up being a disappointment.
Yeah, I mean, I think now you can clear him on that too, but we seen it. He averaged just under 5 yards per route from the slot. He broke a tackle on 36% of his catches. That was second highest rate in his class. Marv only broke a tackle on 7.5% of his catches in college, and he was credited with 1 missed tackle force last year as a rookie. So like I think Tet offers a lot more versatility in terms of nuance coming into today's NFL. Than Marv.
This is why I love Rich. Because I'd be like, Kevontae Turpin is like, did you know that on 70% of his like Rich knows stats about everybody in football?
I know, it's crazy. It's great having him on.
Not crazy.
I mean, listen, I was gonna say Garrett Wilson for being a bust. We wanted to keep it positive though.
I just don't understand why everybody when he's being drafted so early. It's weird. It's like why
was Tet or Wilson?
No, Garrett Wilson.
Wilson. His ADP on our site is out of control.
Not just our site.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's everywhere. He goes like as pretty much a third. Imagine taking Garrett Wilson over like any of the elite quarterbacks. Like imagine like leaving Josh Allen on the table for Garrett Wilson.
I have Garrett Wilson at 21 for wide receivers.
Oh, I got that.
I have him at 25.
That's where I have him 25.
Why do I love Garrett Wilson then?
Jake, make the case for Garrett Wilson, please.
Well, actually,
please, no.
I'm sorry.
Why isn't Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave closer together? It's like the same argument against Chris Olave.
Actually, I've been getting a lot of Chris Olave just because it's only the concussions, and they're working him more out of the slot this year, which is where he's been better. So, do you want one more, Adam, or are we done?
I do, but I got some people waiting backstage, so I feel kind of like
we get bumped. We're not as important.
Give me a name. Give me a name. Someone you like.
Roma Dunze. I wouldn't be shocked if Roma Dunze outscores DJ Moore.
Yeah, I wouldn't be either. He looked phenomenal in joint practice against Buffalo. He's looked good in the preseason, looked good in other practices, and I think he's their downfield weapon. Definitely like the profile for Odunze this year.
And that's my biggest part too. I'm with you on that.
All right, Rich, you can give one more name if you want.
I was gonna have a bust at quarterback. It was gonna be former number 1 overall pick,
Trevor Lawrence.
No, I don't think anyone's hot. Well, no one's drafting him highly, so like we can use a guy. I actually think he'll actually be all right.
Please don't say Joe Burrow. Please don't say Joe Burrow.
Oh no. This is number 1 overall pick. He had a career high touchdown rate last year.
Jared Goff.
No, but yeah, he does. He would qualify though too. He fumbled 13 times, only lost 3 of
Baker
them.
Mayfield.
Yes, Baker Mayfield.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, guys, thank you so much for coming on. Appreciate you helping us out with our first hour here of the Draft-a-Thon. Good
Jake,
stuff.
you don't have any breakout kickers for us this year?
All of them. Every single one of them.
Yeah. All the kickers, Jake.
60-yard field goal bonuses out the wazoo. Let's do it.
I'd rather play with kickers than tight end premium. Dumbest thing in fantasy. All right.
Oh my
God.
I agree. It only helps the elite tight ends. Oh my gosh, you should have said that. We got to go.
All right. Jake Ciely, Rich Hribar, thank you guys so much. We will talk to them later. All right. Dave, we're into hour number 2. Heath is going to hop on. Let's bring in Heath real quick. I know I got some people waiting backstage. Well, I didn't mean to bring him in. Let's bring in Heath. What's up, Heath?
There's Heath.
Hi. Are you guys ready? Dave, are you ready?
Am I ready for what?
To not get embarrassed in the feud.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they've been waiting. The Front Yard Fantasy guys have been waiting a year to get back at us, I believe.
No, not get back. They beat us last time.
Did they?
Yes,
that's what I'm saying.
Come
on, Dave. You didn't even watch last year's tape?
Yeah, but I know that like you guys said that Joey's computer was messed up and they wasn't
he's back.
make it today.
He's back. All right, listen, I got to tell people something real quick here, and then we're going to bring the Front Yard Fantasy guys on. Now live on our Fantasy Football Today auction site. DXL Big and Tall's Suit Up for St. Jude's experience. To celebrate 20 years and over $20 million raised for St. Jude, DXL Big and Tall is offering a VIP custom suit experience using their new FitMap tech powered by FormCut. Hit the link in the description and bid now through September 6th to support the children and their families at St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. This is really cool. All right, this is on tinyurl.com/2025FFT, and you can get a custom suit here. Winning bid gets this suit, and obviously you're supporting St. Jude. We are done with hour number 1. We are into hour number 2 of our 8th annual Draft-a-Thon presented by Snickers. And all right, let's bring in Dan Schneier.
What?
What?
Dan's on our team.
I was gonna say, I'm sitting here.
He doesn't even know the rules.
I'm sitting here in the studio waiting for my turn and wondering why, if you were trying to win Fantasy Feud, you would ever consider bringing me onto the team.
Yeah, I believe in you. I think you're going to get better now that you know the rules. We're playing Fantasy Feud.
The rules were never the issue. That was only one of the issues. But
We're playing Fantasy Feud against Simon. We're playing
What's up?
Fantasy Feud against this thing.
Whoa! What's up, Joey?
What and who?
Don't
is
hide that beautiful face.
And we're playing Fantasy Feud against JL. These are the defending champs. They beat the CBS crew. They beat us so bad that they shamed Jamie. He's not even on the show. So we have Dan coming on instead today. All right, I got 3.
Was I there last year?
Yes, it was
And
you.
anybody watching, you don't need to go watch the tape. It was exclusively our football knowledge that won that game for us. We dominated in every round, not just the movies based on.
Is it possible? Yes, this is the last round's worth all the points. So the first 2 rounds don't mean anything at all. I forgot that part.
Yeah, that's basically how the actual Family Feud works. It's a very strange game show. By the way, the audience team picked CeeDee Lamb 3rd overall. So it's Chase, Robinson, Lamb, Gibbs, Jefferson, McCaffrey, and we're on the clock with the 7th pick right now.
Thank you, Matt.
And Matt Walters, you can bet on us.
Bad bet, Matt.
Place a donation. Donate on us. Team 9 is going to be the audience as well. Barkley off the board at pick 7. So audience are on the clock. We'll give you a poll in a bit. All right, so let's go. Give me Heath. Give me El Paloma. Top 5 answers are on the board.
Before you read this, I just want to acknowledge that I was in a dynasty or a fantasy league with El Paloma, and he won the league, and I did not.
Wow.
You don't mess with El Paloma.
I will not be messing with him. All right, the top 5 answers are on the board. We're looking for minimum 50 targets. We're looking for the top 5 wide receivers last year in target per route run rate.
Heath. Nico Collins.
Wait, give me 1 second. I have to pull up the wrong buzzer. Okay, El Paloma, you get to pick.
You can't
speak. First, I just want to say thanks. This is my first time on the show. I'm looking forward to it. Could you explain the category again for me? I'm not used to games.
No. Top 5 wide receivers last year in target per route run rate.
Oh, target per route run rate.
Yeah, and not yards per route run rate.
And it's not Nico?
T. Higgins is incorrect. All right, you guys both get to guess again. Heath?
CeeDee Lamb.
Was it Lamb? Was he on there? I don't think so. Oh, yes, he was. He was 4th. Heath, pass or play?
I'll pass.
Ooh, okay. The front yard guys get to go here. So the number 4 answer, CeeDee Lamb, is off the board. We're looking for the top 5 wide receivers in target per route run rate last year. Simon, it's your turn to guess.
Let's go with Puka Nacua.
He is the number 1 answer. Good for you.
Great answer.
JL, your turn.
Let's go with Jamar Chase.
That's 1 strike. El Paloma, do you need me to explain the rules again?
No, I've got it now. We're going to go with Mike Evans.
All right, that's 2 strikes. Back to Simon. So far we have Puka Nacua and CeeDee Lamb.
Let's put Justin Jefferson.
So good guesses. These are really good guesses, but they are wrong guesses. All right. We got 3 wide receivers who finished top 5 in target per route run rate. FFT crew, you get to talk it over. And I like you. I might give you a hint.
Dave, I was thinking Malik Neighbors.
Yeah, Dan, you should have been jumping out of your skin to say Malik Neighbors. He had a bazillion targets last year.
Definitely Neighbors. We can throw
we just need one. We just need one. That's good.
Neighbors, yeah.
Neighbors
is correct. He's number 2.
Yeah.
An easy one.
Number
was BTJ
5
in there? Was BTJ in there?
No, number 5 was Drake London. Number 3 is super interesting. Number 3 is Josh Downs.
Yeah.
Wow. Would have never gotten that.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Jay, I'm going to throw it to you for some fantasy analysis. That's why we're here, right? Give me your analysis of the Colts pass catchers who are all being drafted in the same-ish range of Warren, Downs, and Pittman.
Yeah, I think they should be drafted in the same range, which is like the bottom the 75th percentile, the bottom 75th percentile. That's where you want to go for those guys. I don't trust the pass throwing. I don't trust the offense there. Yeah, I haven't been drafting a single one of those guys in any of my leagues.
Wow. Okay, we definitely have some Tyler Warren love on this show, but that is good perspective there. Okay, so FFT gets the first one. Give me Dan, give me Simon. All right, so this is where you
Bring
have
it,
to,
Dan.
Dan, you have to say your name to buzz in.
Okay.
And you have to give an answer, or Simon will buzz in first. Okay, so this is a little bit of a tricky one, so just hear me out.
Perfect.
Great.
You.
We got the first 12 running backs. They're Bijan Robinson, Gibbs, Barkley, McCaffrey, Genty, Henry, Chase Brown, Achane, Bucky Irving, Taylor, Jacobs, Kyron Williams.
Great question.
Using NFC average draft position in the last 10 days, who are the next 5 running backs in ADP?
Simon. James Conner.
James Conner is incorrect. Dan?
Travion Henderson.
He is number 3 on this list. So pass or play for FFT.
Let's play. I mean, play.
I think that was a good choice, Heath. I think you have no faith in Dan.
Does that mean I have to play them all?
No,
or I get the best one?
Oh, it'd be so great if it were.
Dave, RB's 13 through 17 in ADP using NFC average draft position in the last 10 days.
Can you review the 12 names first?
Yeah.
Bijan Robinson, Jahmyr Gibbs, Barkley, McCaffrey, Genty, Henry, Chase Brown, Achane, Bucky Irving, Taylor, Jacobs, Kyron Williams.
100% going to say one of those names with my guess.
Yeah, I was going to too. Did he say Achane?
Yes, I did. But I'm not. No more.
James Cook.
James Cook is the number 2 answer.
Marion Hampton.
Okay,
no, not your turn, Dan.
I didn't know there were turns. I thought our team just fires them in when we feel it.
No.
Heath, it's your turn. Actually,
they weren't kidding when you said you didn't know the rules.
Talking out of turn. It's a strike.
No, that's not.
I still don't know it. Cannot do that. Heath, you're up.
At least you didn't let Dan go again. Marion Hampton.
Marion Hampton is correct. All right, we have Hampton, Cook, and Henderson. They're actually RB's 13, 14, 15 in the last 10 days. Dan, you are back up here with 1 strike, looking for 2 more names in that
strike. I don't know why we have a strike, but I'll
seriously, that's some bogus.
Okay, it's okay. Let's see. How about RJ Harvey?
2 strikes. What? Start thinking about it there, front yard.
All right, Dave.
Okay.
You got this.
Yeah. On our site, Alvin Kamara's ADP is exceptionally high. I am thinking it's that way at Fantasy Pros as well. So I'll say
this is NFBC.
No, Dave.
No, it's Fantasy Pros. He said.
No, it's
He said NFBC.
Oh no, then I'm changing my answer. That was just some.
I don't know. It was like a chessboard. He didn't take his hand off the
right name.
Did not take his hand off the piece. Like he did not take his hand off the piece.
He never submitted the answer. I'm going to allow it.
After you screwed us out of one guess, I appreciate that.
Yeah. True.
I'll say Ken Walker.
Ken Walker's right. I'm rooting against you now because I feel like I'm bending the rules for you. All right, back to
Heath. You're bending the rules for us. You gave us a strike without.
You gave us a strike for nothing. You just willy-nilly decided to give a strikeout. You're bending the rules for yourself.
All right,
Heath. What are you on, man?
We got Hampton, Cook, Henderson, and Walker. Who's next? Who's RB 17 in ADP?
It's one of 2 guys, and one of them's been falling like your lob shot often doesn't when it goes out of bounds. I'm gonna go with the other one, Chuba Hubbard.
Now, Heath, clarify. When you say out of bounds, you mean like really out of bounds or Dan Schneider?
No, Dan called it out of bounds.
Okay, gotcha.
Don't even try to go down that direction.
All right, front yard fantasy. So the question was, who are RBs 13 through 17 in ADP? We know it's 13 Hampton, 14 Cook, 15 Henderson, 16 Ken Walker. Who is 17? You guys can talk it out.
We can talk. We can discuss.
You can talk.
Okay. Yeah. There's a couple names that came to mind, boys. I got Aaron Jones.
That's a great guess. Go for that.
Who's the other?
The funniest answer would be
Williams.
Javonte Williams is on my list. Alvin Kamara would be the funniest one to be correct, but I unfortunately agree with Dave that it's not. But for pure entertainment points, that'd be a good one to guess. Maybe Swift, El Paloma. Carry us home here.
I have Swift and David Montgomery written down. as the names that weren't set.
Ooh.
Damn, we
So
just
the
came with
second
more options.
lion.
We needed to narrow down options.
All right,
I had Swift on my list as
So
well, so I'm
Simon had
tempted to go
Swift.
that
I
Is there
had
a clock on this, or they
Yeah,
can just
No,
you have,
talk
you have-
out
infinite
until
clock.
tomorrow?
you have 5 seconds to figure out your guess.
You have all
El
the time.
Paloma, give it the final answer.
Swift.
Swift is incorrect. Heath, I
Brees
think you were onto something. Who do you have? It's Brees Hall.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, wow. We didn't even say that name.
All right, listen, let me give you a draft update here. We've got Chase, Bijan, Lamb, Gibbs, Jefferson, McCaffrey, Barkley, Genty, Team 9. That is our audience team. You are on the clock. We've given you 4 choices. Nico Collins, Malik Neighbors, Brian Thomas Jr., or Derrick Henry. I'm going to go ahead and vote for Nico Collins, and he is the runaway winner right now. 60% of the vote. 107. Let's go ahead and give
Lock that one in.
Team 9, Nico Collins. All right, so triple the points for the last round. Sorry, FFP, you're up 2-0, but this is what it's all about
This
right
is
here.
not the way the game works.
This is how we win.
Give
This
me
is not at
Dale.
all the way the game works.
These are the pitfalls of giving Azer this kind of power.
Honestly, if you
This
watch
is how every episode
No,
of
I watch
Fantasy
it.
Feud is.
But you actually get like 272 points depending on how many answers you got right in each round.
Yeah,
And then
He's
the
finding a
points-
way to Azer stat this
no,
game.
no,
It's
Family Feud
impossible
is-
to win Family Feud.
man,
after
I would
2 rounds.
hate to hear you guys if you were losing.
That's right.
You guys are up 2-0.
We know what's coming. We know
Yeah.
what's coming. It's masked wrestlers.
That would be a good one. Dave, you said it. It's impossible to win Family Feud after 2 rounds, right?
It's
I'm
true.
just saying.
They make the game so that it all comes down to the last board, the last game. Is that what it is? Whatever. It is.
But there is a way that if you only get like 2 correct answers and win the last round, you would not overcome somebody who got all 5 like we just did.
You didn't get all 5. You got 4.
We just got all 5.
No, you did not. You did not get
I said
Brees
Brees
Hall.
Hall.
You didn't really. You said it
That didn't
after the
count.
fact.
Oh, that was an extra strike.
Yeah. All right. Give me Dave. Give me JL. The top 5 answers are on the board. I am looking for passing yards leaders in NFL history.
It's
Dave.
Oh, I'm sorry. JL, did you buzz in? Yep, my bad. JL.
Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning is the number 3 answer. Dave has a chance to get 1 or 2 here.
Oh my gosh, Drew Brees.
He's number 2. Pass or play?
I'm passing.
Really?
We're passing. Yeah.
Okay.
All
Passing.
right.
Only 3.
El Paloma, we've got who'd you guys say, just so I don't say one of the wrong ones? You said Brees,
Dale
right?
said
Peyton
Manning.
Manning.
And you said Brees, right, Dave?
And I said Drew Brees.
All right,
And how
Brees
many
and
do we
Manning are
need?
off the board. So we're looking for numbers 1, 4, and 5, all-time leaders in passing yards. El Paloma, you're up.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady is number 1. You guys heard of him? Number 1. Simon, you are up now. We've got 1, 2, and 3 off the board. We're looking for 4 and 5.
Those are the 3 I was positive about. And from here, it is a blank space of old guys that could all roughly be 4 through 14. I'll guess Ben Roethlisberger.
Holy cow. I did not think anyone was getting that
Come
one.
on, chat.
Number 5.
Cut it out, chat.
Oh, yeah. No, chat. You can't be doing
Cut it
that.
out, chat.
JL for the win.
Okay, I'm out of the chat. Gotta be safe here. Let's go Dan Marino.
Jameis Winston is a very funny guess from the chat, by the way. Back to El Paloma.
I hesitate to do this, but I'm going to go with an active guy because I feel like there has to be one active guy. Is Stafford on there?
He's not. 2 strikes. All right, Simon, it's up to you.
Who are we forgetting?
Phillip Rivers.
All right,
gotta be
Dave,
far.
Keith, Dan, what do you got?
How many strikes do we have? Can I take a guess?
No,
We had
we
no
have to
strikes.
work together and give one guess.
It would be great if he just guessed.
We
by
get to talk about it or no?
Yeah,
We can
you
talk
yes,
about
we
it.
can
I
talk
think
about
it's
it.
Does
Favre.
anybody for sure know?
Oh.
I feel like it has to be Favre.
I
Because
figured
so many
that Adam
seasons.
asked it was
yeah.
Eli Manning, but I think Favre's a better guess than Eli Manning.
Has to be Favre.
Favre's a good. I wasn't even
Played
thinking
so many
about it.
seasons.
Is Favre your
Dan
guess?
seems confident. I'm willing to put it all on Dan's shoulders.
Let me check the chat first. Hold on.
No.
I'm kidding.
All right, Favre. That's the name of the week. Yeah.
We win? Is this we win?
You guys won. You swept.
Let's go.
Great job, Dan.
I would have
You
never
are
got Ben
redeemed.
either, so I'm glad that we hit on Favre. I would have never got Raw.
Roethlisberger, you know, Simon, you did yourself a disservice by guessing Roethlisberger, like because they never would have stolen Roethlisberger, I think. But
I spend a lot of time writing trivia, and the weird names are the ones that stand out, not the normal names. So a name like Brett Favre, you see him on every list, but Big Ben, you're like, wait, what the hell is he doing there?
Great job, Dan.
yeah, Dan brought it today, but listen, Dan's coming back. Unless you want to hang
All I
around,
need, all I need is the one hit, and that's it.
Dan's got some trivia coming up that I think he's gonna struggle with.
Oh boy.
Front yard guys, listen, thanks for coming on. You guys were horrible today. Just
Terrible to meet you, Dan.
Can I say something real quick?
Yes, please.
Guys, it was me.
What?
Joey?
Joey.
It was
It's
you.
you.
all
What's
along.
up,
It was me
Joey?
the whole time. Yeah.
That was wow. No idea.
Do you know what
hot
El
are you?
Paloma is? Heath,
Yeah,
you will like this.
right?
Is that salsa?
It's the pigeon.
Oh,
Oh, that's fantastic.
It's also a delicious cocktail that gives me
Right.
horrible acid reflux.
Like, yes, well, your performance gave us horrible acid reflux. Thank you for being
Joey,
here.
how hot is it in that room right
So
now?
hot.
mean-
It's really hard to drink water through it too.
We will see you guys next year. You guys will be back. You know, you'll be motivated. So thanks. In all seriousness, thanks for helping us out. It's always one of my
Absolutely.
favorite segments every year. Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, guys.
Later.
Thank you.
Thomas, let's before we bring on our next guest, maybe we'll take a quick look at the draft. Oh, well, it's only been 9 picks. Nico Collins was the last pick, so it's Chase, Robinson, Lamb, Gibbs, Jefferson, McCaffrey, Barkley, Genty, Nico Collins. Dave, you sir would love to keep you around if you want, but you are free to go. Whatever you want to do.
Thanks, Dave.
of course, I don't go home soon.
Oh, okay. Well, we don't want that.
Great work.
I was going to say I was
Congratulations.
going to stay for another hour, but you said I should go. I guess I'll go.
See you later, buddy. Have a Snickers.
I
What
absolutely
is-
will.
Hey,
Hey, say hi to
what's
LaQuon
up,
Jones.
guys?
Well, what's up, man?
Hey.
How are you?
What's going on? I'm glad,
glad
to see
you
you,
made it on the
beautiful
show.
gentlemen. Absolutely. I wasn't going to be late to this. I wanted to see JL the Gold and Simon win some trivia, and Joey. Oh my God,
Yeah, you're gonna have to
the,
wait another
the
year.
masked character.
Did you know Favre? Did you get Favre? Did you have that one?
No, I did not actually. But Big Ben, that was a toss. I was not expecting that name.
Never enough Adams
Adam?
in one room. Adam Ronis is here. What's going on, Adam Ronis?
What's up, fellas? Good to be here.
Hey, what's up, Adam?
Adam, where
What's
are you
up?
from?
I'm from Queens, New York.
Okay, so
New York.
I was watching. You know, Laquan, you're from. Where are you from, Laquan?
I'm from New Jersey, not that far from New York.
Well, I
Which
live in
street?
Jersey now. Where are you from in
Oh.
Jersey?
Hey, I'm from Central Jersey, Trenton, the town. I live close to Princeton, just all in that area over there, brother.
So Adam's like the Giants and the Jets. He says he's from New York, but it's actually New Jersey.
Yeah, the New Jersey Jets. That's what I call them.
But wait, listen. Dan is from New Jersey, and Dan thinks he's like the state person of New Jersey. So I have
I have a lot
some
of
New-
pride. Yeah.
I have some New Jersey
Me too.
trivia ready for you guys if you want to play a little round of New Jersey
Oh,
trivia.
baby.
Let's
It's
do
gotta
it.
be North
Oh,
Jersey
wow,
for me to have any
Can't wait
chance.
to hear this.
Okay, we'll just do it real quick here. You say your first name to buzz in if you want to go first. All right, here we go. New Jersey is known as the blank capital of the world. And according to journeythroughjersey.com, there are more than 450 of these in the state.
Wow.
Mhm.
Well, it's the Garden State, but I'm thinking it might be tied to that.
It's not gardens. There are more than this reputation's very strong for these. There are more than 450 of them.
Pizza
All right.
places?
It is diners.
Diners.
Oh,
the diners
diners.
sound like yeah.
You guys
Yeah.
are on. All right, this is
Yeah.
a tough one. I never would have gotten this even if I had been from Jersey. Who is the only U.S. president to have been born in New Jersey? Come on, Laquan, you got this.
Oh, I hated history class too, but I knew this one in history. Oh my God. Come back to me. Somebody else go.
It is Grover Cleveland, obviously.
Cleveland. God damn it.
Yeah, that's what Browns fans say all the time.
Yes. That's why I knew.
The state motto of New Jersey is blank and blank.
Hey, we're walking here.
I thought that was New York, but
I'll give
I
you
don't
half
know.
of it. The state motto of New Jersey is liberty and
Justice for all.
Prosperity.
Liberty and beyond.
How's it?
Liberty and yeah, we suck as New Jerseyans. We're not from
I'm
New
not
Jersey.
from here. I just moved here. I'm not
I
from
need to
here.
hand in my New Jersey.
I knew I
card.
heard that somewhere, Heath.
Yeah, I heard it somewhere too.
First thing that comes to mind when I hear it. What am I gonna do?
That's good.
Justice for all. That's insane.
The first professional basketball game was played in this New Jersey city in 1896.
Newark.
Oh my God.
Princeton?
I was born 91. This is unfair.
1896. 1896. So
I was
Newark.
not alive.
not Newark, not Princeton. It's Trenton. And here's the last one. Who
These are
starred in the
terrible
movie
questions.
Garden
You could
State?
have done something fun with these, and you
Who
really just
starred
went-
in the movie Garden State?
Oh, I know that.
Danny DeVito.
The dude from Scrubs. What's it? Well, first of all, Natalie Portman.
Okay, I'll give you Natalie Portman. That works.
Yeah, good
So
enough.
Dan
right?
does
And the
know
dude
New
from
Jersey.
Scrubs. Zach Braff. Is that his name? Zach Braff.
Zach
All right,
Braff.
that's double hit. I dominated that one. Give me more like that. Less like, what did Grover Cleveland say? Like,
That's
come on.
All right, you know,
In 1896, they played a basketball game in this city. Come on.
there's only like 3 cities in New Jersey. The rest of it is just a
Ask me what the
series of
best
towns.
Italian deli is in New Jersey, and I got you.
Yeah, or the best pizza places. or
prefers
something.
subjective
Taylor
trivia.
Ham. Taylor Ham.
Yeah,
or
Taylor
pork
Hammer,
roll.
pork roll. Exactly.
Dan
That's
will
that debate.
dominate trivia about his opinions.
All right, so I didn't do a good job of this with our previous guest. I'm going to do it now. Adam, why don't
Okay.
you just tell us about yourself? Not you, Dan. Tell us, how we can find your content and all the great things you're doing at Fantasy Life.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter or X at Adam Ronis, on Instagram, ARON88, TikTok at Adam Ronis. For our Fantasy Life, I do the SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio Show with Kendall Valenzuela. So we're on weekdays, 10 a.m. to noon Eastern. I'll be on Sunday mornings, bright and early, 7 a.m. Eastern, with Gene Clemens getting you ready for game day. And you could also find my work, fantasylife.com, doing content there as well.
All right, so if it's not football Sunday, what time are you waking up on a typical Sunday morning?
Well, I play softball. So softball Sunday mornings, we play at 9 a.m. Eastern. So I am up early for softball. If not, then it could be 10 or 11. So I always say this, when you're passionate about something, because I am not a morning person at all, even though I did morning radio when the channel started on Sirius in 2010. I used to do the morning show with Scott Engel, and we did the show at 6 a.m. And I hated it because I'm not a morning person. I'm a night owl. But I always say when you're passionate about something, you'll wake up to do it. So for me, there's 3 things that can get me up: work, which is radio or fantasy, softball, and women. So those are the 3 things.
So Adam, we have our Adam also plays softball in the area. I'm not sure if you guys have ever.
You're going to
played
use the word
against each
play
other.
to describe what Adam does on that field.
And I was just wondering, I mean, if you guys ever have, you guys should definitely share phone numbers. And if you ever have an opening on your spot, like if you need a right fielder,
What are you,
or
crazy? He can't play on that team.
I'm an outfielder too. So
Adam's
You
not.
don't want that.
But I was just trying to think about
There's
where
only
you can
room
hide
for
him.
one
He's
Adam
that
on that
bad?
roster. And trust me, it's not our razor.
I'm the worst player on the worst team,
On his team,
in the
yeah.
lowest league in the town of Newcastle in New York.
Someone
So,
said it
yeah,
looks like he's never swung a bat before when he gets up to bat.
I've swung it.
my.
I've never done much with it. I was actually driving this morning. I was driving my kid to camp, and there was a license plate, a vanity plate in front of me that said, like, it didn't have all the letters, but it said Gold Glove. And I was going to take a picture of it and send it to you guys. Be like, hey, I found my new car. Anyway, let's get an intro here from LaQuon at Real Deal Fantasy. What's going on? Welcome to the show, Laquan Jones.
Absolutely, man. I mean, you can find all my content on all social media platforms, even MySpace, Tumblr. I mean, I'm everywhere you see and hear me, everywhere possible. But you can see my stuff at NFL Network as well with the NFL Fantasy Show. I do twice a week, every week with Marcus Grant, Michael Florio. And I'm also the editorial researcher on most of our flagship shows that are still around. But Good Morning Football is where I'm living at 2 a.m. So I am a morning night owl. I really don't know the days. So it's one of those things where I'm awake, I'm grinding, and I do the Sirius XM radio show for FTN Fantasy.
Nice.
Afternoons on Saturdays as well from 1 to 3, where you can hear me talking to the fantasy streets and providing all the best and latest of fantasy content possible. That is fire content only.
So I had a segment planned for this time of make fun of someone's team, but we're only 15 picks into the draft. So it's going to be hard to make fun
We
of
could just
somebody's
choose one of yours.
if it's okay with you, we don't have to make fun of this team, but Adam Ronis is one of the captains, division managers in the FFT Open, so we could look at his team if that's okay with you.
Well, I didn't take part in that.
Oh, that was Kendall
and Nando.
Oh, and Nando. All right. You know what? Why don't we show the draft? We've got enough picks going on. We've got 2, and the chat just made the Bowers pick, I guess. So this is what we're looking at right now. Let's take a look at the teams that have made 2 picks. Neighbors and Achan, Puka and AJ Brown. A little risky, but exciting. St. Brown and Derrick Henry, Nico Collins and Brock Bowers. I'm going to make fun of anyone who had the 11th pick, Schaefer. Oh, Debo. You taking? Where's Brian Thomas Jr., man? You got to take Brian Thomas Jr. before AJ Brown. LaQuon, go ahead.
Before the hamstring, I would have taken AJ Brown before Thomas.
LaQuon, go ahead and comment on someone's team. What do you like? What do you dislike about these teams that have two picks?
Look, this ain't me talking as a Rams fan, but I don't believe the 49ers are going to be anywhere near remotely good. So what are we doing with CMC all the way that far in the first round? Like, folks think he's healthy? Like, what are we doing here?
Okay, this is great. You don't know this, but I saw this tweet in your X feed, just trashing the 49ers like we on the show. Like, look at this. You're just trashing CMC. Folks talking like the 49ers are going to be good or something also. This is great. All right, what's your beef here with McCaffrey, who I took 6th overall?
Look, man, the guy just got married, had a kid in the last 2 years, man. He is riding off into the sunset. Any other 29-year-old running back with multiple injuries per season of what he's on the rate right now, we will be fading at all costs. And I'm looking at this 49ers team. It does not look like they're remotely looking good whatsoever. Their wide receiver 2 right now is MVS. So what are we doing here taking him in the first round? Because we should be worried about his workload, right? I mean, they did get Brian Robinson Jr. there. So it looks like there should be some question marks around the biggest liar in the fantasy streets and Kyle Shanahan, which happens to be my birthday twin. So shout out to him, Sagittarius. Let's go. But at the end of the day, it's like, we really trusting this team? Like, for real?
I think one of the most, like, just for people who don't exist in our industry and just look at what's happened in the last 12 months, one of the most galaxy brain things going on right now is what Adam just did, which is Christian McCaffrey over Saquon Barkley. Yeah. Like, I do not understand the concept behind it.
Talk about it, Big Heath. Talk about it.
You think okay, I mean, I'll be quick. I'll let Adam Ronis comment on McCaffrey and whatever. He was about 2 points better in 2023 than Barkley was in 2024. It's a full PPR league. McCaffrey's nice and rested. He barely played last year. He's basically coming out of retirement. Barkley had over 400 touches. He had a long Super Bowl run. Jamie and Dave have laid it out statistically. The guys that get to 2,000 yards, the guys that get to that number of touches, they do see a pretty substantial decrease most of the time. So I'm not going to let the recency bias of last year cloud it. I think McCaffrey is a better fantasy option, specifically just because he might have 50 more catches than Saquon Barkley. Adam Ronis, your thoughts?
Yeah, so look, we're either going to look really smart for the people that take him early, or you're going to look really bad. If you're playing in an overall tournament for big money and you're swinging for the fence, I get taking him. But your first round pick, you don't want risk, right? You want a high floor. I don't see it with McCaffrey. I mean, the guy has played 11 or fewer games every year except 2 since 2019. So how are you, as you get older, as he's 29, do you think the health's going to improve? Now, he is healthy now. I understand that argument, but he was going in the early second round just like a month or 2 ago, and now all of a sudden he's just creeped up, and he easily could finish as the RB1 if he stays healthy the whole year. I don't think anyone's disputing that, but you can't tell me that there's not risk there with McCaffrey. We've seen it. He had, the Achilles soreness in both feet, so I'm just worried about him over the course of an entire season staying healthy, so I'm not taking him in the first round.
For what it's worth, I totally get that. I've been on him as like my number 3 player for months. And I think, Dan, you might agree with me there, but why don't we go back to the draft and Adam and LaQuon, you can take a look at the results. We have the Team 3 is the audience team, so you're almost up. Dave's on the clock right now. We might just pick for him, and then Jamie will be on the clock. We can use their rankings. Heath, let's use their rankings. Let's get this draft going a little bit here. So Dave has Justin Jefferson. We can give him Jacobs, Bucky Irving, Taylor. He's not going to take Kyron. He's not going to
I don't think I can pick for Dave.
No, but Thomas can. You can just tell him.
Okay.
I think it's got to be one of the running backs. It's not going to be McConkey or T. Higgins or Tyreek. It's going to be probably Bucky Irving. I think. Does he have Jacobs or Irving? But we'll do that. But LaQuon, anything? Or actually, you talked about McCaffrey. So Adam, I'll throw it to you. Anything you see in this draft that jumps out at you as good or bad, or anything noteworthy?
I love the Genty Brian Thomas start. I know someone alluded to it, but I don't see how Brian Thomas fell that far. To me, he's a first-round pick. He was great as a rookie, came on strong. He had a little bit of an injury during the middle of the year. And if you believe in Liam Cohen and this Jacksonville offense taking a step up, Thomas is going to play a big part. So I think he was an absolute steal there. And to pair him with Genty, I do think there were some questionable picks early in the second round.
Which ones?
Well, Achane, because of the calf injury. I know they're saying he's going to be ready week 1, but, you know, I'm a little worried about that. So I would have went in a different direction there.
LaQuon, how do you feel about Bowers' 4th pick of round 2 with Nico Collins there?
That's kind of reckless, but I do like the Nico pick. I love Nico this season, but Bowers is kind of reckless, man. I mean, are we just looking at box scores of last season, expecting to break more records? Because I'm expecting an entire overhaul change of that Raiders identity of that offense. I mean, Genty, you got Chip Kelly, and then Pete Carroll going to run the piss out of the ball. So, like, come on now, and the passing volume is going to drop as well. But I do think Bowers, he might be a little bit more efficient in the red zone, but overall in volume, I don't know, man. Like, it ain't Amari Cooper that's scaring me, you know, that I don't know how much he got left in the tank, but Bowers doesn't seem like the tight end 1 to me this season. It just doesn't feel like that. It just feels like I want to pivot to other positions there early in that second round instead of a tight end.
Heath loves the Bowers pick. Heath is a big Bowers guy.
Uh-oh.
That's okay. I mean, you didn't trash it as much as you did the McCaffrey pick, so I'm pretty
I was nice
here. I think the whole Chip Kelly thing is probably one of the more fascinating things about this season because it will impact Genty, it will impact Bowers, and it's just whether he comes back into an offensive coordinator role in the NFL and his teams run the first or second most plays in the NFL like they did most of the time that he was in charge of offense in the past. Because I do think the run rate will be higher, but if they're running 50 more plays than anybody else this year, then the run rate can be higher. And they still throw a lot of passes. Actually, in 2 of his last 3 seasons running an offense, his team threw more passes than the Raiders did last year. And I don't think, we were talking about Jacoby Myers earlier today and Jack Besh and Deontay Thornton and Amari Cooper. Like, those guys don't matter to Brock Bowers. He's the best player on the team until Ashton Genty proves otherwise. And then he's the second best player on the team if that's the case.
Well, we have an exciting moment here on our Draft-a-Thon show. We have time to do a poll for the audience here. And so okay, they have the 3rd pick. So they had CeeDee Lamb in the 1st round. I would put Bucky Irving, Jonathan Taylor.
Bucky Irving's gone, so don't put it.
Okay. So then Kyron Williams, Jonathan. So okay, Taylor for sure. T. Higgins, McBride, I have, and then we can pick one more. Do we go McConkey or do we go Kyron Williams?
Yeah, I'd say not Kyron Williams.
So McConkey?
I would agree.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go McConkey, Taylor, Higgins, McBride, and let the audience decide.
Yeah, I'm going to take Kyron Williams. So I didn't want him to be on the poll.
Smart. What a smart man.
Adam, how do you approach the, let's say you had an early pick for top 3 pick or something. First of all, who's your top 3?
It would be Chase, Bijan, and CeeDee Lamb.
Are you having trouble saying Bijan instead of Bijan?
Yes,
yeah,
I know.
Same.
I don't know why it was changed all of a sudden, but yes, you need to get used to that. You know that when you're broadcasting frequently, you want to get it correct. People will let you know when you get something wrong.
Yeah.
So you start your team with one of those 3 studs. So what are you looking to do in the 2nd and 3rd rounds? Does Trey McBride or Bowers, if he makes there, do they come into play for you?
Yeah, I really hate the 2-3 turn this year if you're picking in the top 3, because I think you're taking players that are not that far different than guys that go late 3rd, early 4th round. So, you're kind of forced to make a tough call, in my opinion. I don't really love the guys there, which is why I do think Trey McBride is in consideration, especially on that 3rd round pick, because we know he's the top target in his offense. If you're going to take a tight end early, and if you do, that tight end has got to hit. It is a detrimental pick if that tight end flops. See Sam Laporta last year. So I don't see McBride busting this year. He's going to lead the team in targets. And the key is obviously the touchdowns, only 2 last year. He didn't score much in college either. So you have to hope that Kyler Murray gets better in the red zone with him, because that'll really help him. So I think he's in consideration. I'm fine with T. Higgins too. I know everyone points to T. Higgins and the injuries, but if you look on a per game basis last year, he was top 5 at wide receiver in PPR points per game. And that's something I look at. And you hope now that he can stay healthy. If you look over his career stats, they're not that impressive. You're like, what? But if you look at the pace he was on last year, and if you believe in this Bengals offense having to put up 30, 35 points every week because the defense is so bad, he can return that value. So Higgins is in that conversation, McConkey, and then you could go with one of the running backs, like if a Jonathan Taylor is there. You got to feel better about Taylor with Daniel Jones at quarterback. It could help him catch some more passes. Also, he doesn't lose goal line carries to Richardson if he was the quarterback.
All right, fellas, thank you so much for stopping by. I got one last question for LaQuon. I just want to see kind of where he's at with this one. Brock Purdy or Matthew Stafford? Who do you like in fantasy?
Oh my God, why are we trolling right now, brother? It is Matthew Stafford, man. You think I'm gonna say Brock Purdy coming out of my mouth? Absolutely not. The most mid. Actually, I can't lie. He's not the most mid quarterback, because that's Trevor Mid Lawrence. So he'll go right under there. He'll be right there where Brock Purdy.
Man, Heath, it's like you trained LaQuon to troll me.
No, you've spent. I mean, anybody that's been supporting Trevor Lawrence through all of this is just set it up for themselves.
I don't think I've drafted him yet, unfortunately. Well, fellas, thanks for stopping by and helping us out and helping us raise money for St. Jude. Good luck this season, guys.
Thanks. Good luck to you guys too.
All right. Listen, it's been a lot of fun so far. We're having a great time. Dan, I'm sorry that you haven't spoken in like 10 minutes. How you doing over there?
Okay. That's okay. I speak more than enough most of the time, so I'm doing well over here. I was just taking it all in, listening to all these fantasy debates. I had my takes, but I kept them in.
Was the last thing Dan said "and justice for all"?
It might have been. No, last thing I said was the amazing Brett Favre guess to win us the game.
No, the New Jersey questions were after that.
Man,
it was awesome. All right, so how we doing here?
Jersey questions. Go ahead.
82 votes. Jonathan, we're gonna give him Jonathan Taylor. Trey McBride, Jonathan Taylor, Lad McConkey, T. Higgins. Higgins dead last with 8%. McConkey 14%, McBride 26%, Jonathan Taylor 53%. So we'll give this team CeeDee Lamb and Jonathan Taylor. Before we bring on our next 2 guests, we have I just want to say thank you all for. I'm gonna take a look at our website here. Just want to count how much money we raised this year. I don't even know if it includes what Heath did in Memphis over the weekend, but we're at
$115,000 in Memphis.
Yeah, nice. I don't think that's in this number, but I'm not sure.
Part of it is.
Part of it is. Okay. We're at about 170K.
We're at 185,000 total right now,
Ooh.
according to the private chat.
That's awesome.
Let's go.
All right.
Thank you, Claire.
185,000. It's amazing. Can we get there? Please donate. You know what? Let's do. All right. Now we'll do it on our next hour. We got a couple of guys here. We got Ben Gretch.
Yes.
Ben, I'd like to introduce you. I'd like to introduce you to someone in the fantasy industry, Ben. This is Chris Harris, Harris Football. Have you guys? Pleasure?
Literally on my show yesterday.
How about that? What's up, fellas? Thanks for being here. How you feeling over there, Chris?
I'm doing okay. I'm super happy to be here. That's a huge number you guys have raised already. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's been an incredible year, and
it's great.
Part of it, we can thank. He's done a lot of heavy lifting. He went to Memphis for that draft, and also started the FFT Dynasty League, which the dynasty spots go for a lot. So that was.
I'm in one. I'm running one. It's awesome. Not dynasty, cool. Regular. It's a regular.
Oh, the
FFT Open. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So Heath started a dynasty league, and the FFT Open spots were going for like $250 each. What did we raise? $10,000 or something on 2 spots? No, not that much.
The FFT Dynasty League?
Yeah.
That league raised a total of $40,000.
Oh, right. Yeah, we had the big donors, right? The ones we put on Tiltify, though, I forgot. But yeah, $40,000 for a few spots in that league. Super cool. So Heath, good job. You deserve a lot of credit.
Well, no, good job, everybody who bid. Thank you guys for supporting us. None of this stuff we do matters if nobody bids on stuff and listens and donates.
Hey, Gretch, what is up, dude? Earlier we had Will Sasso on to start the show. And he said that the most roast-worthy fan base was the Seattle Seahawks fan base. Pretty sure he said grew up in Vancouver. And he wanted to roast you guys. How do you feel about that?
I'm not even a Seahawks fan. He can roast them all he wants. I don't care.
I thought you were. Yeah. Since when?
No, I grew up a Minnesota Vikings fan. I'm a huge Mariners fan. I'm a Huskies alum. But yeah, I never really rooted for the Seahawks that hard.
I don't buy that. I don't think you're telling me. All right, we're gonna do some fill in the blank. Let's see if we can answer some chat questions though. If anybody has some chat questions. Oh, congrats to Dan on breaking 100 recently.
This is not worth putting up there. I broke 90 in year 2, 12 months into playing the game. I haven't gone over 100 once this whole year. It's an insane troll job right there. Don't ever put that in again.
Do you play the ball down?
What do you mean?
Like when you hit a shot and you walk up to it in the rough, like you just leave it there and hit it wherever it is?
I play it where it lies.
Pick it up and clean it off? Or
no, I don't. We don't clean. We have matches, so it's like serious stuff. We don't clean the ball off. We don't hit off the tree though. If we're gonna break a club, we move it.
Okay.
So any roots or anything.
Let's do some fill in the blank, and after fill in the blank, we'll do some chat questions here.
I didn't know Dan played golf. I just heard he was pretty good at tennis from somewhere.
I'm not good at tennis. I'm just better than Adam, but golf is my new passion.
Where is it?
Are you a golfer, Gretch?
No, he's gone.
Wow.
Wow. I am a golfer, yeah. That's a long drive right there. Yeah, won a long drive at a tournament.
Are we a single digit cap type of player? Are we talking to a single digit cap kind of guy? Okay.
No.
All right,
I did break 80 last time for the first time.
You didn't know if that was a yes or no question. You can't answer for
I'm
it.
just saying. I mean, okay. I didn't know that for sure, but like a lot of times the guy that wins the long drive contest is not necessarily the best scorer.
That's right.
Agreed. But sometimes
I'm not a finesse player. I'm a swing as hard as I can player.
Chris Harris, you're a golfer?
I mean, I need back surgery, so at the moment, not so much.
Not so much. Back in your earlier days, for sure. All right, let's do some fill in the blank here, and fill in the blank. I have the third pick in the draft. I'm picking blank. Chris,
you got to tell me who's there, but
assuming
who goes 1 and 2.
Jason Bijan Robinson.
Barkley, because Barkley should be the one.
Ben?
I'm going to say Jahmyr Gibbs. I think Gibbs should be the RB1.
I don't know if you listened to the Barkley discussion we had in the previous segment, Chris, but do you have any of the concerns that he had 400 plus touches and the 2,000, everybody who's had a 2,000 yard seasons had a massive, I think at least 1.2 yards per carry worse the next year. Are you concerned about
all those people who've had 2,000 yards?
Every single one, what, 8 of them?
What a sample size over the course of NFL history. That's unbelievable. Incredible, Adam. That's great math by you. We should all manage our fantasy teams according to statistical trends based on 8 things that have happened in lives.
Wow, I love that whole segment right
there.
So,
Chris, I wanted to follow up, Chris. What do you think about the logic of taking Christian McCaffrey over Saquon Barkley?
I mean, I would love to do it if last year hadn't happened. If you could mind erase me, flashy thingy, Men in Black me. But I just can't. Yeah, I can't get there because I'm just worried he breaks. I'm too many years of not being okay with Christian McCaffrey. But yeah, I mean, the upside is to do the best of anybody. 2 years ago, he wins everything.
If I were going to guarantee you guys that everybody was going to play 17 games this year, who would you take first overall?
McCaffrey.
I probably would have to take McCaffrey.
I'd probably take Barkley.
Really? Okay. I got
one of those two for me, which is why they're 1 and 2 in my rankings.
How Chris Harris feels about this stat. Okay.
If it's a stat, I'm going to hate it. So go ahead.
I'm looking at the last 5 years and the 20 running backs who finished top 4 in PPR. All right, so the top 4 finishers over the last 5 years. Jahmyr Gibbs and Saquon Barkley last year have the lowest percentage of their team's carries inside the 5-yard line of any of those running backs. They managed to be RBs 1 and 2 with fewer than 43% of their team's carries inside the 5-yard line. They also have the fewest catches of...
Not Gibbs.
Gibbs only had 52 catches. He didn't have the fewest catches. Okay. There were 7 running backs who had fewer than 60% of their team's carries inside the 5-yard line. They had the fewest catches among those 7. So basically, the formula for being a top 5 running back is usually dominate your team's carries inside the 5-yard line. And if you don't, have a lot of catches. They had neither. And they both finished first and second last year. And they have the same concerns this year that they had last year. And they are consensus top 5 picks.
No, in fact, it's the exact opposite. They were probably unlucky not to score and or in Gibbs's cage catch more. And in fact, there are probably more touchdowns coming their way. And like, I don't get the argument. I mean, every other running back, if they aspire and try real hard, they could maybe be what Saquon was last year.
I have no problem with Saquon. I'm just saying Saquon does have goal line competition. Gibbs has goal line competition. I don't think anyone else being drafted in the first round does. In fact,
I think that the Gibbs one, like we're talking about Christian McCaffrey and Saquon Barkley, if everybody's playing 17 games, I'm going to feel so much better about them. Gibbs might be the one where you feel worse. Because if David Montgomery plays 17 games based on the last couple of years, he's not quite as appealing.
I just think there's a way to overthink. Touchdowns are kind of just a little bit random. And these guys, the way to turn that around is to say, these guys are so good and just got so many damn yards that even with bad touchdown luck last year, they were the 1 and the 2. So like, give them a little better touchdown luck and they're going to be fine.
Well, Gibbs had a lot of touchdowns, didn't he? He had 20 touchdowns.
You led the NFL with 20. No one else had more than 18, and that was with Montgomery mostly playing with him. I think it gets lost that in Week 18 when playing for the division, both teams trying hard. He had 4 touchdowns in the playoff game. Their loss, he had his second highest scoring game, like in PPR formats. I know second highest scoring game of the year, and
Montgomery was
really
dead
counted
though.
in the fantasy season.
Yeah,
but he played. But so the big reason I think Gibbs is for me, I'm often on the young players. I'm definitely always focused on the fact that we're projecting forward and the NFL is constantly changing. So if you look at last year's big breakout players, Saquon, his 2023 was not instructive of his 2024 at all. His advanced metrics were very, very poor. Jamar Chase was coming off the worst year of his career. He had the best year of his career. Derrick Henry was coming off a tough year with the Titans, changed teams. There's a lot of context in his and Saquon's. He went on to have an incredible bounce back year. Trey McBride was a part-time player in 2023. He was the tight end 2 in 2024. We see every year the story of football and of fantasy football is breakout players hitting a peak and then not necessarily continuing with the next. It's not just that I think like Saquon's not going to do it. It's just that I don't think that 2024 is always very instructive of 2025 when we actually get into the season. As far as Gibbs is concerned, he's going to his age 23 season, extremely efficient as a rusher, extremely efficient as a receiver, massive touchdown rates. They're talking all offseason about how they want to build the whole offense around him now. New offensive coordinator. There's going to probably be a slightly different split between Gibbs and Montgomery going forward, in my opinion. One of the big notes from camp was for the first time in their 3 years together, Gibbs was getting the first reps throughout camp. It was always Montgomery prior to Gibbs. They've always like kind of ceremoniously given Montgomery the first drive in games. It sounds like it's going to be Gibbs as the starting back this year and Montgomery working off of that. A little bit of a different vibe there. This is the guy going into his age 23 season that I think 2-3 years from
You
now
already
we're
said
gonna be
that.
looking back.
Man, you already said that. You're filibustering, buddy.
We're going to look back and we're going to say that this guy was the best player of this, of this next generation, this coming generation, the new Jamal Charles. I mean, he's a superstar.
I like that. It's
Yeah.
a good case. It's a strong case.
It has to be a better split because he was the number 5 running back per game. Not that that's bad, but he was the number 5 running back per game until Montgomery got hurt. And then
Let's fill in some more blanks, Adam.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's fill in some more blanks. Good idea. You host the show too? If I see Devon Achane available in the middle of round 2, I am blank.
Who you want? Me?
Yeah, we'll go Chris Ben Dan.
I mean, I'm shocked, and I'm still not taking him. He usually goes in round 1, but I ain't taking him round 2. I don't want him.
Ben, if I see Devon Achane available in middle,
I'm also a little bit surprised, and I'm probably tentatively taking him. I think he's a dark horse answer to your question about if somebody plays 17 games, who would you take 101? I think he's going to easily lead the position in receptions. He led by 10 receptions last year, despite catching more than 3 times as many balls in the 11 games Tua played than the 6 he missed. So if you actually get a healthy Tua, you have the potential for even significantly more receiving upside. Tua doesn't scramble anymore.
Enough. Stop talking. Damn.
All I do is filibuster.
No, I like Gretch's takes. Chris is tough, man. I've never been on a show with Chris before. I'm nervous to even give an answer after hearing him rip these comments off. But what I'm doing is I'm still drafting Brock Bowers, and I'm laughing to the bank. I didn't get a chance to talk about Bowers a little bit earlier when we had that discussion, but I think
Brock Bowers is gone. He's already gone. I'm in the league. I took him 13th. You
typically.
can't have him.
Oh, I thought this was like any draft.
I thought Bowers was definitely gone.
I did not know it was to this specific draft. I thought it was like in any draft, and Bowers does.
It was. He's teasing you. It's
okay. If not, I'll go Drake London, AJ Brown over HN. Those players.
All right.
The end of that wide receiver tier.
Let's see. Let's talk a little tight end strategy. If I don't get Brock Bowers or Trey McBride, then blank, Chris.
I'll consider Kittle. I don't have Kittle ranked that far off of those two guys in a PPR that he deserves to be a little bit lower, but not terribly. But if I'm not getting any of those 3 guys, just wait forever. I'm just going to wait forever.
I'll go quick. I won't disobey the brand beyond the box score brand. I'll go Coast and Loveland every time.
Like what round though?
It's whenever you want. The Loveland thing is fun. Like if you draft on CBS, it's wild how low he is down in the rankings, projections, all of our rankings. You can just draft him basically whenever you want, but I'll take him in round 10 to make sure I get him.
Yeah, late. Yeah.
Ben, I'm sorry. Did you answer?
I got to figure out how to say this. Chris is so much nicer to me when I'm on his show with him. He lets me do whatever I want. I'll probably take Tyler Warren or Evan Ingram. Those are the 2 that I've been zeroing in on in the mid rounds.
All right. If I don't get it, by the way, checking in on the draft, Team 3 is on the clock with CeeDee Lamb and Jonathan Taylor, and their 4 options we're giving them are Tyreek Hill, JSN, James Cook, and Omarion Hampton. So they're going to pick between Tyreek Hill, JSN, James Cook, and Omarion Hampton. McBride is off the board.
No quarterback there?
Oh, I should have given them a quarterback option. Is it too late? I don't see a poll up yet. Who should we remove? Oh, damn it. I'm sorry. All
right. We'll give the quarterback to the 9th pick.
I should have put a quarterback there.
Yeah. Bad job.
Do you want to do it over or no?
No.
Thomas, you can just type it to me. All right. We'll go back to fill in the blank here. All right. We'll get into quarterback strategy. If I don't get a top 5 quarterback, like Team 3 should probably do here. If I don't get a top 5 quarterback, then blank, Chris.
I feel like I'm wearing my normal drafting suit, and I'm not ever taking a top 5 quarterback really ever. Actually QB6 is I take Mahomes sometimes. I usually don't. Sometimes I'll take Burrow in 5, but it's much more normal for me not to wind up with the top 6. I'm going to wait forever. I once again don't care who I get. I want to fill so many bench spots. I often wind up with Justin Herbert. I think he's been underrated in drafts this year. And so basically I'm not bothered at all.
Ben?
That's the longest answer I've ever heard.
Yeah, that was long as a
I'm just kidding. That's not even close to how long I go. No, my answer with QB is usually to take it when it's flat at the other positions. It's very similar to Chris. I want to be hitting any receivers or running backs that I think like a tier might end or something. If it starts to get flat anywhere, I think you can kind of play quarterback from a lot of different spots. I've been in formats where like Knicks or Drake May are some of my sort of mid-round favorite options if they get into a nice price, or I'll just wait forever, like Chris said, and just take it really late.
Dan, if I don't get a top 5 quarterback, then blank.
Yeah, I just wait forever. I mean, in our pick by pick, I'm able to just get Trevor Lawrence. Justin Herbert was available that last pick of the whole draft, 1 QB league. But if Brock Purdy falls far enough, I am always drafting Brock Purdy. He's my QB7 overall. So
I'm getting kind of pumped about Mahomes. I don't know if anybody
Purdy QB7. He just got a hot take in there.
That was a hot take. Although I think I predicted
I have him high. Sorry, but Dan, I have him high. I might have him 8 or 9.
His schedule is amazing, and his points per dropback are just unbelievable. Last year was a bit of a drop off, but obviously no McCaffrey, Trent Williams.
Yeah, he's got like
value.
He's
-1 healthy players on his receiving.
There
core
are
as well.
some issues with the weapons, but there were last year too.
All right.
Who was he throwing to when he accumulated those points per dropback? Because I don't know. He's gonna have Kittle. He's gonna have Kittle.
He's got Christian McCaffrey for at least the first couple weeks.
Christian McCaffrey, here's a breakout.
Guys, let's vote.
Don't forget they traded for Sky Moore.
CeeDee Lamb and Jonathan Taylor on team 3. Who should they take in a 2-receiver league? Tyreek Hill, Josh Allen, Omarion Hampton, or James Cook?
Hampton.
I say Cook, actually. I like Cook.
It's Cook or Hampton for me. I'm fine with Cook in a PPR.
What was it? Hill, Cook, Hampton,
Tyreek
or
Hill,
Josh Allen?
Hampton, or Cook?
Yeah, I would be Hampton or probably. I might take Josh Allen there. I don't know.
We can't be doing Tyreek Hill.
No,
I voted for Tyreek Hill, but only 5%.
Yeah, anyone but Tyreek Hill is fine.
I mean,
Tyreek's in.
I have no idea what's going to happen next with Tyreek Hill.
Me too.
Literally everyone.
It's a nightmare. He's got an oblique injury now, apparently.
He's had an oblique injury. He's fine. He's been wanting to practice. They've been holding him out.
Josh Allen been doing his best Mike McDaniel impersonation.
Josh Allen and Omarion Hampton are neck to neck here. Oh man! All right, we're gonna give it another minute. We'll do it's 7:00. All right, we'll do one last fill in the blank. The player I keep drafting is blank.
Man, Josh Jacobs. He's got to be my most owned player because I take him in round 2, and for me, he's a round 1 player.
Oh man, there's so many names coming to mind. Brock Bowers is one. Harold Fannin at the end of drafts is one.
Nice.
Travion Henderson's a part. And
Gretch and I are just hand in hand. I love it.
Love it.
Yeah,
love it. Let's go.
George Pickens for me, who I'm really excited about finishing as a top 12 receiver. But weirdly enough, I've gone into every auction with no intention of spending on tight end and having a tight end build, and always coming out of that with Brock Bowers on my team. I've had 3 where because he's going, and you can get Brock Bowers in auction salary cap drafts much cheaper than you can get him in snake drafts for whatever reason. I feel like people just don't want to commit to that build, spending their budget at the tight end position. So I feel like he's a steal in all those. McBride too.
You have CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens both as top 12 wide receivers, and Dak's not your QB7?
No, Dak is up there. I think he was QB 8 or 9 for me, but yeah.
That's the guy I've ended up with the most at quarterback is Dak.
Dak, yeah, I love Dak this year.
Okay, I have a bold prediction about Dak Prescott I'm going to give in the next hour when we have Pete Prisco and Will Brinson on. We're bringing in Joe Pisapia soon. Chris Harris, Ben Gretch, thank you guys so much for coming on. We appreciate it.
Congratulations on the money, guys. Seriously, awesome job.
Incredible.
Awesome. Amazing.
Thank you so much. Guys. And you were a big part of it, Chris, with the FFT Open. So thank you guys.
You got it. Right. Love you, Ben.
You too. This is great.
All right, Team 3 took Omarion Hampton, and as soon as Team 3 took Omarion Hampton, Josh Allen overtook him in the poll. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of that poll. But here's what the draft looks like so far. Dan left too. Hey, Heath.
Dan, it's just you and me, buddy.
It's supposed to be Jamie. Jamie,
you should bring Joe in here.
Let's bring
Joe
he
is.
in. What's up, Joe? Pisapia.
What's up, fellas? How are you doing tonight?
Make fun of someone's fantasy team. That draft board you're looking at.
All right. Let's take a look here. Who do I want to make fun of? Well, I'm sure nothing could go wrong for Christian McCaffrey. I mean, he hasn't. Well, I mean, let's think about it. He hasn't played a single snap in the preseason. All right. So, I mean, everything's probably fine. I mean, I remember last year they told us everything was going to be fine, and things definitely worked out well last year. And they didn't just, pick up a running back off the scrap heap from the waiver wire after cut day. No, they traded for a running back, a pretty good one, a solid running back too. So I'm sure everything is fine for Adam Azer's team.
Thank you. You know what? I didn't sense any sarcasm there. We welcome you, everybody, to hour number 3 of our 8th annual Draft-a-Thon presented by BetMGM. If you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use the bonus code FANTASY, and you're going to get up to a $1,500 first bet offer on your first wager with BetMGM. So here's how it works. Download the BetMGM app and sign up using the bonus code FANTASY. Deposit at least $10 and place your first wager on any game, and you'll receive up to $1,500 in bonus bets if your bet loses. Just make sure that you use the bonus code FANTASY when you sign up. Oh, look at that, Joe. I'm on the clock. How am I going to screw up this time?
You're going to take Tyreek Hill. Everybody knows it. You don't need to waste any time. Just take Tyreek Hill, and we can make fun of that pick too.
I could do that.
I got Tyreek Hill in the 4th round today.
Adam
Why don't
wasn't
you
in
take
that draft,
Ted
I guess.
McMillan? Oh,
No.
Josh Allen, look at you going QB, early QB. Who needs wide receivers in fantasy?
Joe,
Not
how'd you feel
Laser.
about your team in our actual Draft-a-Thon league?
I felt pretty good. I was a little annoyed when I didn't realize that Burrow was still on the board there and you took him. So other than that, it was a pretty good afternoon, but I feel pretty good about it. I was shocked. I got to tell you, I was in a draft last night, drafting for a friend of mine who couldn't make their draft in a 10-team ESPN casual league with a bunch of normies. And I had the 1 pick, just like I had in our draft today. And Brock Bowers made it to me. And I went, well, that's never going to happen tomorrow. And then it happened today. In that draft, I was shocked that Bowers made it all the way back there. Were you, Jamie?
I was a little shocked because Heath passed on him. Usually Heath takes him in every draft we have, and Heath had a tough call to make when he was sitting there with his 2 children on the board, and Devon Achane and Brock Bowers, and he let Brock Bowers go to foster care.
We have gotten to the point in the offseason where I've got my little spreadsheet of how many times I've drafted each player just to make sure that I don't have like 14 rosters with the same guys on it. And I have about half of my teams have Brock Bowers, and I only had a couple with Achane. So that was the way I made that choice. But I think it was Nico that fell to me at 12 if Nico had not, somebody was taken that I had in round 2. I was just going to go Bowers and Achane.
That's what I thought you were going to do. I thought you would pass on Nico. So Adam, here's the first round from our actual Draft-a-Thon league. That has many great fantasy analysts in it, which is why you're not in it.
Yeah.
So what Jamar Chase, Bijan Robinson, Jahmyr Gibbs to Dave. I took CeeDee Lamb. Joe, as he said at the first pick. Andy Holloway of the Fantasy Footballers took Bijan. Scott Fish took Genty. Nando took Saquon Barkley. James On, who was the person who donated the most money to participate with us, took Justin Jefferson. Derrick Henry to Eric Young, who would still want to kill you. Christian McCaffrey took Jake Ciely. Malik Neighbors to Adam Rank. Amon-Ra St. Brown to Marcus Grant. And then Nico Collins to Heath. I won't say the names again, but then this was round 2. So you tell me where Bowers maybe should have gone, Adam. So then Heath takes Achane to start round 2. Puka Nacua, Bucky Irving, Brian Thomas Jr., Josh Allen, Drake London, A.J. Brown, Chase Brown, Josh Jacobs, T. Higgins, Jonathan
right there, I'd say. And Josh Allen, I think we wouldn't have taken Allen there. But,
Allen was a surprise, and Dave taking T. Higgins in round 2 was a surprise.
So I have been meaning to bring this up the last 2 or 3 days while I was on vacation. So the last 2 days on the show. Look, one of the analysts that I read a lot in the preseason talked about it. PFF's Nathan Yonke does a really good job breaking down the snap shares and who's playing and the roles and all that. He is very concerned about Brock Bowers. I talked about this once, but he cites Chip Kelly's history of using multiple tight ends. He says this is what they are doing in the preseason when they're playing their starters. They are taking Bowers off the field a lot because they want Michael Mayer on when they're going to run the ball. So he has been concerned about the trends there. I mean, I personally think if the Raiders are dumb enough to not put Bowers on the field all the time, then they don't deserve their jobs. But I want to bring it up because the preseason trend has not looked great for Brock Bowers. He hasn't been on the field enough.
The best explanation I've seen for that is they've been pretty open about how they're not going to run any of their stuff in the preseason. So they've been running a lot of 11 personnel. And the expectation is that both Bowers and when they're going to run the ball, both of those guys are going to be on the field. And they'll have 2 tight ends on the field. And they just haven't done that in the preseason because they don't want to show what they're going to do.
All right. Now, we are on the clock here with Team 9. Team 9 is the audience team. It has Nico Collins and Brock Bowers. We can give this team 4 options. I think Jaden Daniels should be one.
Nope.
Travion Henderson.
Yep.
Yes.
Let me see. We got Mike Evans.
Nope.
Really?
Kittle.
They have Bowers.
Oh, don't put Kittle on there.
I'm all for the Travion Henderson. Let's go there.
So Travion Henderson, Jane Daniels for sure. If we're looking at a wide receiver here, I mean, who would you guys want? I would have thought Evans would have been your highest guy. Devontae Adams there, Garrett Wilson.
Hetero McMillan, I'm willing to draft right about here.
Wow.
Well,
that's impressive.
Well, I think if you think of it this way, next year we're going to be looking at him. Do we really think he's not going to be somebody in the top 15 that we're going to be targeting? And if that's what we're thinking he might be next year, then why aren't we drafting him like that this year necessarily?
I think you could say the same thing probably about Marvin Harrison a year ago, right? That we would have said last year.
Maybe, but you know what? I think it's the same thing we could have said about Brian Thomas Jr. too. But a lot of us made a lot of excuses as to why it wasn't the best scenario and what the situation was. And look what Brian Thomas Jr. did. He basically won people fantasy leagues because of the value he came at. Now, I'm not saying you have to draft him there because he's going wide receiver like 23, somewhere around that range. So you have more time. So you probably can have your cake and eat it too. You can take like Travion Henderson, maybe in 4-4 still get. I think Tedero McMillan, but I think when you're looking at, what happened today with that trade with Thielen, jettisoning him, I just think like the runway is open there. And I think Dave Canales knows exactly what to use Tedero McMillan for. And I think that's the perfect fit for that offense and for that QB where they're just going to funnel targets to him. I think he's going to have a huge year.
Are you going to say 2 receiver, 2 running back league? I probably should ask before I started making picks. But
it's 2 receiver, 2 running back. I think we should put at least 2 running backs on here because they don't have one yet. So I'm going to say Travion Henderson. I think I'm going to stay true to ADP and go with either Breece Hall or Kamara.
Ken Walker.
Or Ken Walker. I could be convinced. I mean, I know we like Ken Walker better, but ADP would probably have Hall or Kamara. No, Ken Walker's fine. Yeah. All right, so let's go Henderson, Ken Walker, Jaden Daniels, and 1 wide receiver. And I'm surprised it's not Evans.
McLaurin's my highest ranked wide receiver, but I wouldn't take him here. So,
Jamie, is Evans not your highest ranked wide receiver?
Evans is my highest ranked wide receiver at the moment, and Travion Henderson is my highest ranked player at the moment.
Okay.
So.
All right, so let's do Evans then.
Okay.
Also, the teams after you see Amon-Ra, Puka, AJ Brown, Malik Neighbors. I think maybe going running back here might be safer too. There's enough receivers I think have already gone.
All right,
I think we could have just left it at 4 players. 3 players.
Maybe just 2.
Probably. Henderson, Daniels, Evans, Ken Walker. That's going to be the poll. And we'll see where they go. All right, we got some.
Is Kyron taken or no?
He's gone. Jack took him.
All right, we got some Joe Pisapia specific stuff here. Do we have the tweet? Do we have the tweet? Let's give our guys. Okay.
Yes.
I'm officially outlawing fantasy analysts from using the phrase SZN in 2025. You know what I say to you, Joe? You're 2 years too late. I've been trying to outlaw this for years now. I hate SZN unless it's JSN. JSN, SZN makes sense. Oh, I'm going to make a team name. I am going to make that team name. But, Joe, I'm all about this endeavor.
Yeah, it's gotten actually much better traction on Twitter than I thought it might have. But I think it's just overused. I mean, every time somebody gets hurt or something happens, it's so-and-so season and this season. It's just like, all right, like find a new thing. It's kind of like a couple years ago. That's it. That's the tweet. That was getting a little old. I was a little tired of that. And I feel like we don't see that. And I had a big, old man yelling at the sky post about that too. So maybe we'll all get lucky and I'll put this one to bed for all of us as well.
So you'd like to see like 17 more. Last year, I told you to draft tweets.
I don't know if we'll ever get rid of those altogether. I don't know, but I think it's like chipping away a little at a time. That's it. That's the tweet. You don't see that very often nowadays. I think season has overstayed its welcome now. So it's the small victories, Heath. It's the small victories you have to be celebrating.
I think other ones that we can get rid of are I was today years old when.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm old enough to remember. I think we're moving past some of
Joe,
those.
what do you think about this? This is not so popular, but relevant to today. It's your call. It's your call. It's your call. It's your call. It's your call.
Yeah, not a fan either. I'm with you. If you want to ban that one, we can move that to the top 2 on the list. I'm good with that.
Yep.
Well, I felt like I was being too critical of Dave, something he said. So I was like trying to stop myself. And I was like, it's your call. It's your call. It's your call. It's your call. All right, we have last year, I think it may have been on this show. I asked Joe, I was like, watch this. I'm going to stump Joe. Like, what song was playing in Billy Madison when he pulls up to his high school? And you nailed it. Heath, there's no way you've seen Billy Madison, but Jamie,
I've
do you
definitely
know?
seen Billy Madison. I also have no idea what the song is.
David,
I do not know what the song is.
Stroke Man by Billy Squire.
Yeah.
Right?
So let's see how good you are at Adam Sandler trivia. Let's play a little Adam Sandler trivia on our
back to the Sandler. Okay. All right. Whoa.
We're going to highlight a movie and you tell us what movie. We'll highlight an image and you tell us what movie it's in.
He's done a lot of crappy Netflix movies in the last couple of years, so this is going to be hard. I will do my best.
Can
we get first one? Can you see that?
I can see it.
I would maximize the screen. Yeah. I don't know what that is.
Ooh, this first one is really weird. I'm gonna take a guess. No, I know what the second one is. This first one, I'm not sure. I got to be honest with you. I don't know if you guys want to jump in here. I'm willing to phone a friend on this.
Is he holding a cat?
He's holding a cat wearing a bubble coat, which is disturbing on a number of levels. And he's younger here. It feels like this is younger.
Overboard.
No, he's too old for that. That was really young. I know the one you're talking about. Yeah.
Heath, can you set an over-under here? How many we're going to get right out of 20?
Out of 20 between all of you?
Oh, shoot. We only have 6 minutes.
Oh, all right. Well, can we skip to the ones we know?
8.5.
Oh, I'll take the under.
Right. Pass.
All right, let's pass on this one.
All right, what's this
Click? I'm thinking it's
Click. Yeah, that's Click. Good call.
All right.
What's next? What's this?
I can't make that out.
He's holding a Healthy Choice grocery store display.
I have no idea what that is. Do you guys know what that is?
Also looks younger.
Yeah, that's another problem there.
Oh, that I know. This is Just Go With It. I think.
We can't see it.
Yeah, you can't see it. You got to slide it over.
You can't see it. I'm looking at it. What do you mean? Oh, you can see it in the top left.
Now we can see it. Yes.
You can see it in the top left next time.
Is that the parent the parents movie?
Somebody in the chat saying anger management.
Grown up.
Anger management.
Grown ups, right?
Yeah,
grown ups is that one. Okay.
Grown up. I think this one. Oh, I thought that was Nick Swartzen or whatever in the background, but it's David Spade.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely grown ups. You're right. Spade in the background. Is this blended?
Oh, maybe. God, that's not a good one. It's a good guess.
He's done a lot of terrible movies. So are we in that one?
Just go with it. It might be.
All right. Adam Sandler.
This one, I think, is this Punch Drunk Love? It's one of the series.
No, I don't think so.
Spanglish, maybe.
No. Rain Over Me.
What'd you say?
Rain Over Me. It looks serious.
Oh, it's Spanglish. Okay.
Spanglish. Okay.
All right. Next.
All right. He's looking up at the sky here. He seems to be outdoors. Do we agree?
Yeah. Go up. Let's see it without the highlight. Go up a little bit to the box, like to the text box, because you can see in the top left. Am I crazy? Yeah. There. See. Isn't that better?
Okay. Yeah. Now I can see the text. Okay. Yeah. Ooh.
Oh, the next one after that's easy. Go to the next one.
So the other one wasn't blended. This is the Longest Yard. There's no doubt about that. We know that. That's Waterboy. All right, let's crush the ones we know. Billy Madison. Let's crush that one. Okay. That's Rain Over Me. I'm positive of that. We had curlier hair. Was that right or not?
People. This is Funny People, right?
Oh, okay. Funny People.
Chuck and Larry.
Chuck and Larry. Yeah. He's a firefighter. Small clues. Look at me. He knows I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry. Oh, man.
Oh, Mr. Deeds. Mr. Deeds.
Yes. Yep. Mr. Deeds.
Very sneaky, sir.
Big Daddy.
Right. Yeah, Big Daddy newspaper.
Right, Heath, thanks for hanging out.
I'm not gonna throw him, but
Little Nicky.
Little Nicky, yeah.
I think we're gonna nail Heath's over under here.
I have no idea.
He's driving a boat.
Oh, we crushed. Yeah. I mean, is it Grown Ups too? Maybe I don't know.
I was gonna say it could be Grown Ups too. Let's go for it.
Let's try it.
No. All right.
Next.
This is why everybody tuned into the show today.
Yeah, let's go to the next one.
Wedding Singer. We know that.
Yep.
Oh, 51st Date. Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore. Zohan. Don't mess with the Zohan.
Yep.
Oh, okay. This is apparently
back to one again.
Anger management.
Anger management. Okay. What's the one with the grocery store thing? I never saw it. Is it Pixels?
Isn't Pixels a cartoon or no?
No, Pixels is like a live action one. It's got like weird other cartoon stuff going on in it.
Oh, man.
Looking at a list of his films to try to help us a little bit.
Somebody says 50 First Dates. Try that.
I think the one on the boat is 51st Dates.
Oh, maybe.
I agree. I think this.
Someone says Punch Drunk Love for that one.
Yo, you know what? Yes.
First Dates here.
Punch Drunk Love here. I think they're right.
I just go with it for this one.
Okay. Just go with it, Azer.
Was that right?
Yep.
Oh,
here we go.
This last one where he's looking up.
Oh, man. This is a tough one. I don't know. You guys got anything for this one?
Someone says Bedtime Stories.
Okay, yeah, let's try that. That's a movie we don't know. You know what? He's looking up, Seems like strange things are happening. There you go. Bedtime stories. We did it.
We
Oh my goodness. It took us a while. A minute 35
audience.
left. Well done, audience.
I would just say that doing this exercise has definitely made me very, very thirsty. So if anybody has some, maybe Vicky Valancourt could help me out with that as well.
I learned something today too, that all of the female characters that he's in love with in the movies all have double V names.
I saw that like a week ago or so. Yeah, same
Vicky
thing.
Valancourt. Yeah, yep. I mean, I never noticed that before. So,
Are there any other? The wife in Happy Gilmore?
Yes, all of everybody. Yeah.
What'd you think of Happy Gilmore 2?
Happy Gilmore 2, the official review was there were some moments that I thought were pretty funny. I thought John Daly was hysterical, to be honest. I think he kind of stole the movie. I think they didn't need the flashbacks on top of the callbacks. If you're watching Happy Gilmore 2, chances are you've seen Happy Gilmore 50 times or more. So you don't need to be reminded. We're not that old of exactly what happened. We get the joke. We get the callback. Would have shaved like 10 minutes off the movie. That's my review. But I enjoyed it. Probably a one-time watch. Would have been you guys? What'd you guys think?
I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
John Daly, right? Crushed it.
Yeah, but I just
the Shooter McGavin arc was fun. The Shooter
Yeah.
McGavin redemption arc I did.
And Eminem too.
No, I thought too many cameos, too many celebrities. They should have had actors playing fake golfers instead of real golfers who don't act really. So,
Well, I mean, they did for the competition.
yeah, but they said all of them too. All right. Anyway, before we let Joe go, let's bring up Joe's guys. I'm calling them above average Joes.
I like that. Well
Thank
done.
you. Steal it. This would be the all Joe Pisapia team. Take us through it.
That's pretty good, actually. You know, I mean, I'd like to have a little bit more high-end wide receiver, but these are guys that I'm targeting, I think, at the values that are going at. We'll start with the quarterback, who I actually drafted today, so putting my money where my mouth is. And Dak Prescott, look, when he's healthy, he is a top 5 fantasy quarterback. I think that defense is suspect. I am concerned about Micah Parsons playing this year for any amount of time. Now he's got a back issue. He's got a contract issue. There's just a lot of issues with that defense. Just because they have stars doesn't mean they're going to play well together as a unit. And with George Pickens there, along with CeeDee Lamb, and that lack of a run game, I think Prescott has huge upside potentially. I think there's going to be a lot of shootouts. Unfortunately, probably a lot of losses too, but I think some big totals. I'm looking for overs in those games with the Cowboys. I think Dak really fits that bill. He's being drafted at the 10th QB. Derrick Henry, again, I just don't understand the disrespect. I mean, the guy had 1,900 yards last year, a gazillion touchdowns, and still nobody seems to care but me. I was out there banging the drum for Derrick Henry when everyone last year was saying, oh, he's too old and all this stuff, when he went to a team in the Ravens who run the ball better and more than anybody. And guess what? He ran the ball better and more than just about anybody. So what are we doing here? And they signed him to an extension. So Derrick Henry continues to get disrespected, not in our draft today because EY showed him some respect. I'm where Jamie is on Travion Henderson. I think the upside here is huge. I think it's going to be a 60-40 split out of the gate. And I think the explosiveness that the Patriots offense has lacked for years and years is finally going to turn around here. I mean, Bill Belichick has whiffed for about 10 years on draft picks, especially in the first round. And the NFL has kind of passed the Patriots by. And I think this Travion Henderson pick is like the first one in a while where you see an explosive talent on offense, finally a weapon that you can use. I mean, even the frustrations of the end of Tom Brady and his tenure there in New England was pretty rough. The wide receiver group here, I just spoke earlier, but just to recap about Tetero McMillan, I think we're going to be looking at him as this year's Brian Thomas Jr. He's being drafted somewhere around wide receiver 23, 24, but I think next year you're looking at him as a guy who could be at 13, 14, 15 in that range. I see him getting a lot of targets. I see a ton of upside, and he's the clear alpha dog. Ricky Pearsall, I think, is the healthiest and the best bet to be that go-to wide receiver in the big spots here for the 49ers. Cortland Sutton, I think, is very underrated. Wide receiver 13 last year. I think it's a copy and paste season because although Mims is there and they brought in Ingram and RJ Harvey's there, I think the comfortability of Bo Nix with Cortland Sutton in those big spots was clear. He was the go-to guy. And I think last year was just basically, 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns. I think you can get that copy paste again, put it in 2025, if not more, especially when you consider that Bo Nix struggled in the month of September. And then finally, Mark Andrews, first 6 weeks of the season were terrible for him. After week 7, he was tight end 4 and led all tight ends with 10 touchdowns. Now, the argument people will say is, well, touchdown regression, that's going to happen. I don't know. I think when you get down to that red zone and goal line area, you have to worry about Lamar Jackson. You have to worry about Derrick Henry. it's too many things to worry about. And that leaves Mark Andrews just wide open for more touchdowns. So to me, these are guys that I'm targeting drafts. I like the return on investment and I like the value.
I want to ask Joe and then Adam, you as well. Something happened in the draft day since you like Prescott. So I took CeeDee Lamb with the 7th overall pick, and then George Pickens in round 6.
Yes, and you took Pickens twice. I just want to point that out.
Yes.
So Jamie took Pickens, said, oopsie, my bad, everybody. I don't want Pickens here. And then the draft went all the way down and all the way back to him. And Azer, guess who he ended up taking?
Oh, wow, that's a great feeling. That's a great
George
feeling.
Pickens. George
it's
Pickens.
a little dirty.
Well, if you'd like to work a trade, since I have Jamar Chase, I wouldn't mind getting Joe Burrow. So if you want to work some Dak Prescott plus,
I don't want all the Cowboys.
Come on. I mean, look, Jamie, you're already in for a penny. You might as well go in for a pound, baby. Let's do it. Come on. We can work a trade live on the show.
You have to sweeten the deal a little bit.
I said plus. I said Dak Prescott plus.
Okay.
And by the way, speaking of the charity, everybody go out there and donate. It's a great cause. Black Book Charity just raised $300 for St. Jude's. We just made that deposit, and usually the winner ends up giving the rest to the at the end of the year as well. So that should be another 300, so 600 total. It's a great cause. But I also think a great cause is giving me Joe Burrow so I can win this CBS Experts League. Jamie,
we just can't let Dave win back-to-back years.
No, can we not? I won a couple of years ago, and then Dave Richard went on a run here, and I'm not happy about it at all.
Yeah.
Well, I'm very happy with your performance in Adam Sandler trivia, and you're an amazing guest. Thank you for coming on and helping us out here on your Draft-a-Thon, dude. Have a good one. Good luck this season.
You're the
Thanks
best,
so much
Joe.
for having me, guys. Love you guys. Have a great one tonight.
All right, Joe Pisapia. This guy had like football practice. He wasn't going to be there. We got him in. Thank you, Joe. The audience took Travion Henderson, and they are going to be up soon. Man, Jamie, every fantasy analyst, whether they're indoors or outdoors, loves Ricky Pearsall this year. It's like I don't even think we're overthinking it. It's amazing that it took this long, I guess, for everyone to be on Pearsall, but. I don't even remember. Rich Hribar, Pearsall, Jake Ciely, Pearsall, Joe Pisapia, Pearsall. We've been talking about it for months. Scott Fish, you like Ricky Pearsall?
I do. In fact, that was a weird moment for me in the draft today with Jamie, the backed up pick, because what I was going to do on that corner was take Pearsall and mesh him with Rashee Rice so that I get Pearsall's early season without Ayuk and possibly without Jennings. And then when Rashee Rice gets back, he's my wide receiver 1, and Pearsall should still be a good, 2 or flex play. I was going to try to have a really nice wide receiver, with top end talent right in that spot with those two there. But I ended up, I believe I took Egbuka instead there. I ended up with Egbuka on that weird little back and forth flip thing.
Adam, if you look really closely over Scott's shoulder, you will see the future home of Adam Thielen.
Yeah, it's there somewhere. It's
all right.
I don't know. It's somewhere over there.
Cool.
I live in a city where a lot of Vikings live. I think Thielen might have lived here before. I'm not sure.
Oh, that's cool. How you been, man? How you doing?
I've been good. I was gonna wear a luchador mask, but Joey did it earlier, so now I can't. I don't even know what to do with that now. It's just gonna sit next to me. I'll tell you what, I got props here. I went to the New York Live event in New York, SFB Live.
Let's go.
And Adam, you weren't there.
I wasn't invited. When was it though?
Scott, do you see the room that Adam is sitting in right now? He's only left that room once in the last 10 plus years just to go on vacation this weekend. It's the only time he's ever left.
Vacation, 3-day vacation. All right, guys.
It's like a Field of Dreams scenario with like the chalk at the edge of the door.
That's right. You can't go anywhere else.
Can't walk.
Movie sucks. But anyway.
Oh my
God. So let's talk about Team 9. Team 9 is Nico Collins, Brock Bowers, and Travion Henderson. This is our audience team. Since they took Travion Henderson, Jaden Daniels, Jalen Hurts, George Kittle, Terry McLaurin, Chuba Hubbard, and Garrett Wilson have come off the board. I think there is an obvious pick here, but
obvious. Yeah.
Burrow, right?
No, Mike Evans.
Oh, I go Burrow. But Mike Evans, all right, let's go Burrow, Evans. Who else do we want here? I think Kamara should be. I know we're not going to take him, but Kamara, I think, should be in the discussion.
Harvey.
Oh, McLaurin's gone. Okay, McLaurin's gone.
I struggle to put Harvey there because it's so much earlier than ADP. Like they could, based on ADP, they have a chance of getting Harvey in the next round. I don't think it'll happen.
Is McMillan gone?
McMillan is not. We've got Cortland Sutton. We've got Marvin Harrison, Mike Evans. We've got Breece Hall, Kamara, Ken Walker still there.
It feels around early for guys like Sutton. Maybe Walker?
I think Walker. I think we can throw Walker there. What do you think, Jamie? Walker, Evans, Burrow, one other guy?
I'm good with any of those names. I mean, I have them all bunched up. So,
all right, so we need a fourth. I'd say either Alvin Kamara or Devontae Adams.
You went with the two I probably wouldn't have picked. Let Jamie call this one. Where's Nando, by the way?
Let's not even get into that. He's
so mad, Scott. He is so mad. So
all right, I'll do the poll. Go ahead.
So Scott, I think you probably heard us tell the story before. Now I'll repeat it. So Adam was introduced to his wife by Nando, and then Adam, because he is so popular and has so many friends, he was not able to get Nando into his wedding party.
Yeah,
that's obviously something that is stuck with Nando for a very long time. He likes to remind Adam of it time and time again. He texted me today. He goes, Adam not telling me when the Draft-a-Thon was and giving me enough notice to be on it is worse than him keeping me at his wedding.
Yeah. There was a miscommunication at some point. I didn't know who was supposed to tell Nando the details, but no one did. And I texted him, or I emailed him this morning and I gave him the link. And he texted me, he was like, what is happening tonight? Like, it's Draft-a-Thon. He's like, I can't make it. I've got stuff going on. So I'm actually pretty disappointed. Like, it's upsetting. He's so good on the show.
Well, was it stuff that would have interfered anyway? Like, it's like he wasn't going to rearrange that anyway. He probably just couldn't make it no matter what.
He had to pick up his children. So
yeah, right. I'll ask him. Right
no,
now.
he's mad. Like, I think we should FaceTime him.
We could FaceTime him. You could go ahead.
I'll FaceTime him.
What did we decide here? Evans? Was it Evans or Burrow?
We went with Burrow, Evans, Walker, Kamara.
I meant to pick. Did you?
So far, I'm going to let them vote a little bit more. We got 50% on Burrow, but only 46 votes.
I see. That's how it's working.
We're waiting for Brinson and Prisco to show up. Let's talk about anybody got chat questions. Here's one. George Kittle so high. Yeah, George Kittle went. Take a look at this draft. He went 36th. He went at the 3-4 turn. It's actually a little bit later than we've been taking him. Scott, how about you on Kittle?
No, that's probably where I would be. He's my tight end 3, and he's like, I believe who is it? Christopher Harris said it earlier. I think I have them a little closer than most people. I have Kittle as the clear 3, but his upside is ridiculous with the 49ers having arguably one of the easiest schedules I've seen in many, many years. And everything that's going on in that wide receiver room. I do have a question for you and Jamie when you have a moment.
We have
I think we have a moment.
Hold on. It's getting real tight here. Burrow 35%, Evans 28%, Walker 30%, Kamara 7%. So it's getting tight. What's your question, Scott?
My question right before I get to that question on Kittle, he's finished top 4 tight ends 6 of the last 7 years, and the last time he didn't was like 2020, and he was on IR for 8 weeks. Like, he is about as safe as you get at a tight end 3 price. My question is, so today, because I didn't have him in any other leagues, I took Travion Henderson over Omarion Hampton, which I have not done this year. I have Hampton in a bunch of leagues. I have my keeper league, my home keeper league this weekend. We get a mobile pub. We're getting a food truck this year. It's like a big, awesome event. I have the 102, and it's Hampton or Travion Henderson. Can you sell me on one of them being a long-term keeper better than the other?
So this is a rookie draft or
it's a keeper league, but because you can keep rookies for 3 years, the rookies go quick.
He's been gone for a while.
Scott Fish, what's up, man?
What's up, Will?
How you doing, buddy? Azer, Jamie, how you doing?
We got to talk more than once a year. It's good to see you.
Look at Will.
I know. I'm actually at a live CBS league draft.
Oh boy.
That I'm emceeing. My best friend growing up, his wife and her friends are having their draft. It's called I don't know if you can see it up here. It's called the Rose Zone is the name of the draft.
Nice.
And it's the Real Housewives of Dallas are drafting it.
Oh, nice. Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sounds like a fun time.
Yeah.
Before we get to Will, it's just Jamie. Why don't you answer Scott's question? Sell him on either Hampton or Henderson as a long-term guy.
I would lean toward Hampton just based on the fact that it's going to be his show for sure. Hopefully this year, definitely next year. And that's going to be an offense that continues to run the ball. And I think we'll use him the right way, including giving him maybe close to between 40 and 50 catches. I love Henderson. I mean, look, it's such a tough call. I understand why you're torn on it. Henderson still has the potential to maybe just be a gadget player. I don't think that's going to be the case, but maybe could be the situation. And wouldn't shock me if once they move on from Stevenson, they get sort of a power back to complement him, maybe take some goal line work. I think Hampton's going to be the guy for many, many years to come.
All right. So, Will.
Adam.
You got any fantasy leagues this year? Like, what do you? How many you got?
Yeah, I'm in this new guillotine league with the Jamie's fired up. Let's see. I actually last night, I'm pretty excited about this one. I was doing some baseball, like MLB DraftKings. I did a qualifier, and I won a $555 ticket to the big Millie Maker Best Ball event.
Nice.
That I'll be drafting in the next week. I've actually got my but I've got my league draft from college tonight that I've got to do while I'm emceeing this draft and putting. I'm basically just going to put stickers up on the board, I think. My standard, 7 to 10.
Yeah, nice.
Normally, Scott Fishbowl, of course.
FFT League on Tuesday.
FFT League on Tuesday, yeah, the standard rigmarole and a lot of best ball, I think.
Let's ask a trade question here from Jacob. I've been offered Hampton and Ridley for Hubbard and Pollard. I already have Bijan and Cook. Would you give up Hubbard and Pollard for Hampton and Ridley?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're getting a wide receiver. You already have 2 stud running backs. Now you got 3 for one for your flex potentially or an injury. Yeah, I'd do it. I'd take Hampton in your league.
I'll tell you this too. I think Amari Hampton is going to be a superstar. And I think there's a chance. I know that like some FFPC leagues, they do that thing where you can draft through, like if you you can draft through Sunday. So like, and then you can adjust your rosters or whatever. I think there's a decent chance he ends up going close to, or maybe, I don't want to say above Ashton Genty, but if he explodes on Friday night and people draft after those Friday night games when they play in Brazil against the Chiefs, like this guy, I watch him all the time at Carolina. He is a workhorse with explosive speed. And I think there's a decent, like, I would say it's closer to, it's not like 50-50, but I think there's like a 35 to 40% chance he has a better season than Ashton Genty does as a rookie in 2025.
I remember Pete.
Yeah. Oh, Prisco.
What is this garbage I'm listening to coming out of Brinson's mouth?
What are you talking about?
Howard Hampton's going to be better than Ashton Genty, 50-50 chance.
I mean, I'm not going to say anything insane like Saquon Barkley's better than Josh Allen, Pete. I mean, what do you want me to do?
He was right ahead of him on that list, wasn't he? Yeah. You know whose list it was? It was my list.
I know. I'm a little worried about you.
You shouldn't be.
How you doing, Pete?
I'm good. What's up, fellas?
Man, this is I'm kind of Pete is in lounge mode. I'm not sure he's going to be awake in the next 23 minutes. He looks very comfortable.
I'm awake.
Hey, have you ever seen Pete in a gaming chair before?
This chair is the best chair for my back because I'm Matt Stafford, only 64.
Pete, what's your World of Warcraft handle?
You know what, Brinson? I can honestly say that I've never played one of those stupid video games in my entire life, other than Tiger Woods Golf. We used to play for money.
Yeah.
And Madden when it first came out, I played that. And then the hockey one, the hockey game was fantastic when it first came out. Those are the only games I've ever played. I never played any of those war video games and all that crap. No. Call of Duty.
Which hockey game are you talking about? Like NHLPA, where they make their head bleed?
Yes, the very first one. It was fantastic.
From Swingers.
Yeah,
right?
it was awesome.
Yeah, those were good ones. Scott Fish, favorite video game?
Maybe Ken Griffey Jr. baseball. No, I don't really have one. It was one I played all the time, right along with NHL '94 and GoldenEye and all those. I was that era. So
What about Leisure Suit Larry?
Oh my God. Isn't this a family show? By the way, I actually bought a Nintendo 64 on eBay for my son Robbie and I play all the time. We got Super Smash Bros, GoldenEye, and Mario Kart, and he's like, dude, these are the greatest games of all time. I'm like, welcome to my childhood, pal.
Yep.
All right, so we have a comment here about Pete liking the Jaguars. Let's see how much Pete likes the Jaguars. I want to get into offenses, and the Jaguars.
Ooh, little talk.
Actually, I don't even think I put the Jaguars in here. Well, that's my mistake, but we can incorporate them. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you guys 4 offenses. Now, I separated them into tiers. Tier 1 is they finished top 8 in scoring last year. Tier 2 is they finished 9 through 16. Tier 3, 17 through 24. Tier 4, last year, they were 25 through 32 in scoring. And I'm going to give you 4 teams, a tier 1, 2, 3, and 4 from last year, and let's put them into tiers for this year. Who's going to be the best offense, best to worst? So last year, Tampa Bay was a tier 1 offense. Arizona was tier 2. Seattle, tier 3. Chicago was tier 4. How are we going to rank Tampa Bay, Arizona, Seattle, Chicago? Not just how are we going to rank them, but what tier are they going to be in? Are they going to be top 8, second 8, third 8, or bottom 8 in scoring? Tampa Bay, Arizona, Seattle, Chicago.
All right, for me, Tampa Bay is going to be a tier 1.
Agreed.
You get all 11 starters back when Wirfs and Godwin are there, and you add a Buka to it. I mean, come on, that thing's going to be unbelievable. And they're, look, there's a first-time play caller. That's a concern. But when I was there and I talked to everybody about him, they love him, and Baker Mayfield loves him. So I think they're going to be a tier 1 offense. I think it'll be maybe even better than they were a year ago.
All right, we got Arizona, Seattle, Chicago. I think you could. I'm not sure how this works. It's the first time using tier maker for me, but I think we can put multiple teams in tier 1. Okay, so we can put multiple teams in tier 1. How about Arizona?
As an offense?
They're not. They're.
I would say
tier
3.
Tier 2 or 3 for me. Yeah, I'm in agreement.
And they were tier 2 last year, Adam, Arizona?
They were just inside I think they were 12th, 13th in scoring.
What Murray are they getting? The one from the beginning of the year, or the one from the end of the year?
Their defense was also absolute trash last year, and you could throw over them. So that cranks up the level of offense. I think the defense probably improves a little bit, and so maybe that drags the offense back a bit. But I also think Marvin Harrison has a bounce back season, bounce back from his rookie year or whatever. But I think I would say tier 3 with upside of tier 2.
All right, how about Seattle? We'll go Seattle now.
4.
Yeah, I'm in 4 with them too. All right, look, Sam Darnold melted down in the big moment last year, and at some point he's going to turn into Sam Darnold again.
I don't know, but at some point that line is awful, and that's how he loses. So.
And no Kevin O'Connell, man, that's a huge deal. Kevin O'Connell's a quarterback whisperer.
Yeah.
How about Chicago? They were tier 4 last year, one of the lowest scoring teams in football.
I would say tier
1. You put
3
it in
probably.
Tier 1, baby. Chicago blows up this year.
Oh,
you're crazy. Tier 1.
Prisoner of the moment, baby. Let's go.
You want to hear how crazy is this? Last year, team that was 12th in scoring, offensive points per game. No, not counting any defensive or special teams. 12th in scoring was the Chiefs, and then 13th and 14th were tied, Arizona and San Francisco. If I told you that Arizona scored as many points per game as the Chiefs and the 49ers last year, that would surprise people, right?
Well, the Chiefs were like a defensive team.
Yeah, I was going to say the Chiefs are
they
defense.
had injuries all over the place. The line sucked. I mean, there was so many things there at play. The Bears, to me, are going to be a tier 2 at best.
I mean, they have the play caller, assuming he can adjust to being a head coach and a play caller. They got a quarter. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I think there'll be those little speed bumps there. You've got a quarterback who flashed in a big way last year. I think Roma Dunze is prime to Pete crunching his toes. Pete, game it out.
It's a Bruce Willis reference.
I think you've got a good chance of like 2 number 1 wide receivers. And I don't know if you've heard of this guy Colson Loveland, Pete, potential star in the making.
Yeah, no, I think the Loveland's going to be a big time player. I just worry about the quarterback. I mean, let's be real. We got to see it.
Yeah,
you're all in on Caleb Williams already.
I'm best ball heavy on Caleb Williams. I think he's my number 1 drafted quarterback.
Are you guys all in on Caleb Williams?
I like what I've seen, but the Bills game was against backups, so it's hard to say that was a strong enough performance. Look, the weapons are definitely there. The offensive line's a little bit of a concern, though. The tackles, I think, are going to be a problem.
All right, you guys ready for our next tier maker segment here? All right, so I'm going to give you a tier 1, 2, 3, and 4. Where are they going to finish this year? Washington. They were a tier 1 team last year. Put him back in tier 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll put him in tier 1 because he's going to be better. Jaden Daniels will be better. The line will be better.
Kansas City. Tier 2.
Tier 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. They're going to be dynamic again.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think Kelsey has a monster season this year. Like, I think he knows he's going out. He's got engagement vibes. I mean, he
actually worked out in the summer.
Yeah, he got on treadmill. Yeah,
he got in groom shape.
Yeah. Dude, when you get married, you have to be in the best shape of your life. And the guy's clearly going to get married right after the season.
And then you go to hell after you get married. Look at all of us.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. You lose your hair and you get fat. Yeah,
yeah, right.
How about Miami? Miami was a tier 3 offense last year. With Tua, they were closer to tier 1. What are we thinking for Miami?
Tier 3.
Tier 3? Oh, man.
There's so many potential pitfalls with this team. Offensive line could be awful. Tua injury would really be bad, as we're well aware.
Tua could keep checking down all day long like he did last year.
But even when doing that, they kind of, I think with Tua, they averaged almost as many points per game as the Eagles did last year. Like they're just super underrated, I think, when Tua's healthy. I'm going tier 2.
Yeah, and I think there's a little bit, we talked about it with Arizona from last year. I think there's a little bit of that with Miami maybe this year, where if the defense is really bad or falls off a cliff, all of a sudden they have to throw the ball 40 times a game, and Tua's chunking it downfield to Tyreek trying to come back, and you end up with a really good, a top 10 season, even though the team isn't very good.
Yeah, but when does the team melt down? Come on, let's be real. There's going to be a meltdown at some point. Those guys, McDaniel doesn't control the team. He fined them all last year. They still were late. They did what they wanted to. Jalen Ramsey, from what I hear, we used to stroll onto the practice field whenever the hell he wanted to before practice, and it's a disaster. And look, I'm with Jamie. I think tier 3.
All right. I think the comparison I would make, I see a potential of them being the Bengals, who had the worst defense and just through and through and through. I mean, no, they're not going to be as productive. But you said the Cardinals. I compare it to the Bengals. And they've got explosive players. They've got Hill and Waddle, right? They've got Achane. I think that's a possible scenario for them. But
I don't disagree with that. But again, there's just so many things that feel like if one goes wrong, the house of cards just falls. Two was the biggest thing. But what's this backfield look like if there's no Achane? As much as maybe Ollie Gordon could be something, he's not going to catch passes to that level. If Tyreek is Antonio Brown, peace, I'm out of here situation.
Well, yeah.
I mean, there's just so many things that you could see happening, though.
Yeah, they have a lot of realistic, catastrophic scenarios. Sorry, well, I'm going to get to the last team in this group of 4. It's the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys were 25th in offensive points per game last year. They were a tier 4 offense. And I think with Dak, they were actually a tier 3 offense. They weren't even that good. Where are the Cowboys this year?
2.
2?
Tier 2.
I think similar to Will's take on the Cardinals, like a 2-3, just because the run game's going to be a disaster. And the offensive line could be a disaster. But with Dak back, they could be the Bengals based on how they throw the ball. That's the
I don't think the offensive line's going to be a disaster.
No, you like it?
Yeah, I think those young kids are all they're good players. It's just a matter if they can mesh together. I think there's talent there. They're big, they're physical. If Blue, you know how I feel about Blue. If Blue can stay on the field, and that's a big if, I think they can run the ball too, and you even the field with getting Pickens, so it kind of balances the field a little bit.
That's true, and I
like
know
the
you're a big
Cowboys
fan of
offense.
You're a big fan of Phil Maffa too, so yeah.
No, well, we know somebody who is. He might be related to him, as a matter of fact.
Scott, you're an NFC North guy, and Pete obviously you've been covering the league for a long time. Somebody I know said that Caleb Williams might have the best arm in the NFL. Do you guys agree with that?
No.
I mean, no.
No.
I got a little carried away.
You said the best arm in the NFL?
It was on
than Josh Allen.
Look, I actually think that if Caleb Williams has more success, people will look at him and go like, holy cow, he has one of the best arms in football.
He's got a good arm. He's got a good arm.
Terrific arm. Like, but there are a lot of great arms in football. I shouldn't have said that, but that's
a bad take. He's got a great arm. That's a bad take, though.
Yeah, no, it's a bad take. I said it like on the spot. I didn't think about it.
If you had to rank the best arms in football, who would they be?
Matthew Stafford won, obviously.
No. Josh Allen's one.
Yeah, Josh Allen's one.
No, Mahomes is one.
No, Josh Allen's one.
Allen's one. Mahomes is two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mahomes is the best quarterback. Josh Allen's got the best arm. I mean, that's
right.
Who can throw the ball into a tight window with the extreme velocity?
Kyle Bowler.
Because I think Caleb Williams can do that. That's what, like, it's not
Kyle
necessarily
Bowler.
about just throwing it far downfield, but
The greatest Kyle Bowler story ever. I've told you guys.
I love this.
all right. So we're done with the tiers.
I get it. That's why you couldn't play.
Now we want to do this or that. All right. Well, we'll come back to that.
Have you given out the donation link in a while, Adam?
No, I have. I should be definitely plugging that more. But listen, if you're on YouTube, you just scroll down and click that donate button. All right, that's all you got to do. Let's donate some more money to St. Jude. We only have 10 minutes left. This has been a very fast. We've flown through the Draft-a-Thon this week. This year. It's been a lot of fun. All right, let's go to the grids. Let's have some fun. Let's put up the grids. I think we did this a couple years ago, but these are all always fun. Let's do the food grid. Let's build our Labor Day barbecue. You've got $15 to spend. You got
Please start with Pete. Please start with Pete.
Yeah, Pete's going potato salad. What do you? Now, go ahead, Pete.
Where's my turkey?
Well, first off, I'll start by saying who's making it for me because I ain't. So
yeah, you're ordering it. It's catered.
Yeah, I'm not. You are too, and so is he. What are you all talking? And so is he. Brinson, his family will make it. I don't know, Scott. But I don't know what you two are talking about. You three.
I'm just getting 3 beers and I'm out. I'm not even eating.
Right. So where's the grid? I don't see the grid.
Oh, you don't see it? Okay, so we got a $2, $3, $4, and $5 column, and we got drinks, entree, side, dessert. So you just got to build a meal, one of each category.
Put it up so I can see it, and I'll build a meal.
It's on the screen, Pete.
It's on the screen. I don't know.
It's not on
How do
my
I work
screen.
this thing?
It's not on my screen.
It's definitely on your screen. I don't know what you're looking at.
I'm looking at
Adam, I think you know this, that Will, Pete, myself, and Nick Costas are in a very long-running text chain. And he has just learned how to use the edit button.
I promise you it's not on my screen, and I'll bet you any amount of money that thing's not on my screen. I see all you guys, and it's scrolling on the bottom. That's what I see.
Look, I'm gonna make this very simple. This is a no-brainer situation for Labor Day.
Give me the $4 picks.
You got lemonade / tea, grilled chicken, potato salad, and pie.
Is
for
there a
$4.
hamburger on there or something?
Yeah, you get 2 beers, a burger, and 2 dogs, and that's $15, and you're done.
There you go. I'm in.
You can get a beer and 5 dogs with that.
You know, who the hell needs the side dishes anyways?
Oh, come on. The side dishes are the best.
Who the hell needs the side dishes? I'm with Brinson. Give me 2 beers, a hot dog, and a hamburger, and I'm happy.
Yes. Yep.
Fruit salad at $5 is a crime.
2 beers, hot dog, hamburger. Absolutely.
Right. We're all the same. Look at Fufu Azer over there. Well, I'd like to have some fruit salad, and maybe I'll have a little.
I would love to have some fruit salad. Wait,
so barbecue?
Azer's got 2.
Labor Day?
Azer's got 5 waters and 2 orders of fruit salad for Labor Day.
Well, the thing that really pisses me off is I have to pay $2 for my water. Like, the water should be free. It's insane. But I'll go water. It's the only thing I drink. I'll go burger. I guess I'm gonna go. I can't go fruit salad because I'll go fruit salad. and go ice cream. And that gets me to $15.
Dude,
Water.
let me go to a barbecue, and I'm going to give you some fruit salad. What are you doing?
I'm surprised Adam didn't go with 7 waters and save $1.
Pete's gonna be like, I can't see any of the entrees.
No, you just told me without me seeing the thing, I could tell that you're a dork by picking what you think.
All right, let's go to another one here. Let's how about the can I pull it up here? I can do that, right? Let's do this. Build your ultimate sports movie lineup for $15. We've got 4 boxers, 4 boxing movies, 4 football movies, 4 baseball movies, 4 basketball movies.
How many Jesse Eisenberg movies you got?
More than you.
All right.
You share the same birthday. You should be, excited.
Pete, what's your favorite? What's your favorite football
5th,
movie?
What year? We're both born in the same year too.
Pete, what's your favorite football movie?
Remember the Titans.
All right, we'll give you that one for 5. What's your favorite?
I thought it was North Dallas 40.
That's one of them. Is that even on the board? I bet it's not on the board.
No, Adam doesn't know anything about the Detroit Lions before Barry Sanders played for them.
That's true. What's your favorite boxing movie, Pete?
Raging Bull.
Oh, getting expensive here. All right, that's $10 on Raging Bull.
You're asking him for his favorites. They're the number 1 picks.
All right, so you need out of $5. I'm just trying to help a guy who can't see the board. Out of $5, you need to pick The Sandlot or A League of Their Own. Which one do you choose?
The Sandlot.
And then Coach Carter or Space Jam?
Ugh. I won't watch either one of them.
Pete, I had you pegged for A League of Their Own guy.
No, terrible. I like Sandlot. Sandlot was actually a good movie.
Oh, A League of Their Own is one of the best sports movies ever. That movie is criminally underrated. It's amazing.
Major League is the answer there. Then
See, for guys that actually gathered and had friends when we were growing up and you played Sandlot baseball, the Sandlot was fun. You wouldn't know anything about that, Azer.
No, I didn't. No, we had cleats. We had like real cleats and real baseball fields. We didn't have to play on a Sandlot.
You got to understand.
Everybody played Sandlot.
You got to understand.
I didn't have my Converse sneakers on the Sandlot.
Adam just got cut from his softball team because he was the worst player on the team.
I'm a real man, Azer screamed, chewing his fruit salad and chugging water.
At the barbecue, everybody else is eating meat and steak, and he's over there nibbling on fruit salad.
I had a burger with it. Scott Fish, give me your ultimate sports movie lineup.
I think it's probably Titans, Rudy, Major League, and then probably either The Waterboy or Sandlot as the final $2. So I'm going.
Good. You can't do that. You got to choose one of each category. You got to choose a basketball movie.
I thought you just have $15. I wasn't. I
don't know.
There's nothing in the fine print that says I have to do one per each.
What's the number 1 basketball movie?
And one per each is $14. So I'm leaving money on the table if I take one per row.
It's a movie that came out when you were a kid. Hoosiers.
Yeah.
And he was a kid.
I wasn't a kid.
He was in college.
Yeah. By the way, comment from the
who did math on this grid? It doesn't like add up.
I do like Angels in the Outfield. That movie is really good. I saw it a few months ago. Very good.
I also would like to know where basketball is and Moneyball.
I would just like to say that my movie is definitely the best. And
all right, I'm going to finish with a football thing. Okay, we got 3 minutes left. I think one of the big themes for fantasy this year, guys, is that people are really buying into the rookie hype. Okay, yeah. Genty, obviously, Hampton, Travion Henderson, we're seeing in the 3rd round now. Jamie likes RJ Harvey in the 4th round. Man, people on this show tonight have been praising Tetairoa McMillan. Yeah. Travis Hunter, we haven't even talked about him. He's the most talented guy maybe in the class, right? Obviously, we know with we don't know how much he's going to play, whatever. But Emeka Buka's been a huge riser. We love Matthew Golden, and we got Tyler Warren and Colston Loveland. Pete, I think there really been a lot of fantasy busts at the rookie position over the last few years, including Bijan Robinson, like Garrett Wilson was. They were being drafted pretty late.
Marvin
Harrison, Romo Dunze. What do you think about the rookie class at running back, wide receiver, and those top 2 tight ends this year?
Here's something, and I know we all like Harvey as a runner, but you got to remember he's got to pick up the blitz. And there's some concern with Peyton's guys got to pick up the blitz. and there's some concern about whether he does it well enough. So that might hurt his snaps a little bit, Jamie. So be careful with that one.
Well, I think he's going to play a lot on first and second down.
Yeah, but
he's expensive in fantasy.
You still got to be able to pick up you got to be willing to put your stomach in a linebacker's gut, or you're not going to play. That's just the reality of it.
No, the thing about the Broncos is they'll probably be among the NFL leaders in pass attempts in running back targets on first and second down.
But again, he's got to be. I'm telling you, he's got to be able to pick up the blitz. It's the same with. Okay, I'll give you another one. Tootin would be starting in Jacksonville, at least in my mind, but he's not yet good enough to pick up the blitz. And so I think there's problems with that. You got to be careful with the running backs with that. As far as the receivers, I think Hunter's not going to play as many snaps on offense as he will on defense, so that might hurt him.
Whoa!
Wow! No, he's going to be a starting corner. That's what I was told. He's a starting corner, and they hope to get 55 catches, 60 catches out of him, 7 touchdowns, something like that. But he's going to be a starting corner. Unless they change their plan, that's what I was told.
Okay.
So from a fantasy standpoint, I don't know how that impacts. What do you get for? Do you get in the league where there's no defense? You don't get any interceptions for any interceptions.
You have to make a decision if your league starts defensive players. It's basically like Shohei Ohtani in baseball. You either has to be a pitcher or a hitter. You can't use them at both. For our side, at least, it's got to be defense or offense. If you play in the fishbowl, you get all the points because Scott is a madman.
I have 2 leagues where you get all his points. No matter what he does on the field, you get it.
See, I like that. That's good. You should get. Hey, by the way, of all the guys, the rookie receivers I saw, I'm like, Matthew Golden was phenomenal. He was phenomenal, and I didn't think he was a very big guy. He was a lot thicker, stronger than I thought he was when I talked to him, and he doesn't drop. He hasn't dropped one the entire summer, not one. And he pulls them in. It's unreal how good his hands are. He's going to have a big year for them.
That's awesome. This is great stuff. Thank you, Pete. Scott Fish, thank you, sir.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I think we need to go another hour, have an after show. It feels like we're having a good time.
Acer has no time. He has a big giant bowl of fruit salad waiting.
Oh man, I wish, man. I'm starving. Brinson, I got a fantasy question for you to go out on.
Yeah.
With the odds that we did that tier maker thing, what are the odds that the Panthers jump into tier 1?
I think it's like a little bit higher than you would think. By the way, I got to give a shout out to Grace and Clara here. They live here. They're hanging. Big Packers fan.
Nice.
Pete, I asked her who like best fantasy sleeper, and she said Matthew Golden. Pete over here said he hadn't dropped a ball all summer. So big year for the Packers coming up. Say hello to CBS guys.
I got him in the Super Bowl. Bro.
He's got him winning the Super Bowl. Yeah.
No, not winning.
Chiefs and Packers.
But
Bills
and Packers.
Thanks, guys. You're the best. Yeah. I would say with the Panthers, like I think there's a better chance that I think they have that Arizona sort of path that we talk about where the defense is terrible again, and Bryce Young, who played well down the stretch last year, is protected, has the weapons, has to throw enough that the Panthers get in that tier 2 and could maybe bust into tier 3 if everything breaks right. But I think Canales probably a little too run heavy, a little too conservative for them to actually get there.
All right, fellas. We'll let you all go. Jamie and I will close out the Draft-a-Thon. Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. Great stuff.
Right. Yes, it was good stuff.
I was gonna say before you go, first off, you didn't roast my team in the draft today. I fully expected you to, given that I drafted those 4 rookies.
We can roast your FFT.
No, you don't have to. You absolutely don't have to. I liked my team. If you go, I thought my team was fine.
This is a different. This is the FFT Open League, though.
No, not FFT Open. The Draft-a-Thon.
I'll give you
Draft-a-Thon.
I can roast that. I think I'm in that league, right?
But what I was going to say is, on behalf of Fantasy Cares, I see you're at $168,000 or something. We want to donate a couple $1,000, $2,000 to the cause here. Get St. Jude, get you guys over 170,000 at least on your way to 200. But at least we can do that. Throw $2,000 in there, and hopefully it can do a lot of good.
Oh, you're the best, man.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
That's amazing. I can't believe I'm going to let you go. I was like, get him off the stream. Thank you for that. And
here's Scott's team before he goes. He has Drake May, Chase Brown, Ashton Genty, Cortland Sutton, Emeka Ibuka, Travis Hunter, Dalton Kincaid, Travion Henderson, very rookie heavy. Cam Little as a kicker, and the Texans DST. And then on his bench, no surprise, he has JJ McCarthy, Ollie Gordon, Jordan Addison, Jalen Coker, Deontay Thornton, and Isaac Tesla. Very rookie heavy. Wow, you like this class.
Yeah, actually, I got more. The Thornton and Tesla, I was not planning on at all. That's just kind of what fell to me there. But I like my starters in that.
Yeah, it's very solid. I mean, Hunter's got to be a little concerning now, I'm sure, after what Pete said. Now, Scott, I don't know how much Pete's very tight into the Jaguars. So for anybody paying attention, like that's telling when he says something like that.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, we're gonna have to bring that up on the show tomorrow. Scott, I do appreciate so much the $2,000 donation. What you should know though is that we are actually over what number you saw. So we're actually pushing 190, which is awesome. Now you should definitely let's please tell everybody about Fantasy Cares and that charity and how we can donate.
Yeah, fantasycares.org. We basically take all the money and do good things with it. Every penny John Q. Public donates goes to charity. It goes to helping out. We basically want to do good with this hobby of ours. We're partners with Toys for Tots and do 25 plus toy shopping trips around the country in partnership with the Marines there. But we also help so many other things like pet shelters and food shelves and things like that. But fantasycares.org is where you can donate. We always have fun things going on, like joining a Survivor contest or a Pick'em contest or a one and done or whatever. We just have, it's right on the front page, fantasycares.org. But we do a lot of good with the money. And hopefully if you're in a league, you'll consider talking to your friends in the league and donating one entry fee to charity. Because, if everyone did that, there's hundreds of thousands of leagues. We could all do a ton of good out there. So thanks for giving me that couple minutes of platform there to mention that.
I should have done it before. I should have done it earlier. I apologize.
Literally the nicest and kindest human being, not just in fantasy, but maybe in the world.
Thank you. And honestly, I'm thrilled to be here with Scott too. Oh, it was a joke.
And then the most selfish and egotistical, not just person in fantasy, but in the world.
No, it's great stuff. Scott, there's a reason why Scott ends every show, right? That's why this is the finale.
It's because I vibe well with Nando, but he couldn't make it.
Let me FaceTime him again real quick, see if he answers.
He ditched us. We're at $188,000 raised this year, which I think is going to be a record for us. So really, really exciting stuff. That is a record for us. So look, it's been a month and a half basically of me telling everybody about Draft-a-Thon on the podcast and all that. And maybe at some point it got a little aggravating, got a little annoying, but when you go and if you missed it, I encourage you half hour, 35 minutes into the show, you can watch it on YouTube. When you see Emmanuel come on, a guy who had eye cancer when he was 4 years old, goes to St. Jude immediately, gets treatment. They take care of his family. He grows up as an honor student who gets 18 football scholarships with one eye, a tremendous defensive end. You just see the work that St. Jude does. That's the kind of stuff. That's what you're donating to. And
I think, for all of us that have kids, you don't really have to have kids, but, I think it impacts you a little bit more as a parent. And you think about the God forbid situations, right? What would happen if this was my child or this was my situation? And to know that there's a place that can, for free, their services are for free because of things like this, that they are able to save lives and, doing research to save lives. And you hear stories like that and just like, you never want to be in that scenario. But my God, I know Heath has been there, he's toured the place a few times now and just, raves about being there and just what it's like, so just, to know that everybody, our audience, not just, wonderful people like Scott and Todd Rones and the people who have, given the big checks, but everybody that, contributed to the auctions that we've done and that we're continuing to do. But every cent matters. Scott could tell you that from everything that he's done. Every cent matters. And so whatever you're able to donate to help us, we're beyond grateful and, just really, really thankful for everything that our audience has been fantastic. And we're truly grateful.
Well, that is a great way to end the 8th annual Draft-a-Thon. We got a lot of people to thank. Obviously, everyone who came on, but also behind the scenes, Thomas, Eric, Claire, Jake. They helped me out a lot over the last few days putting this show together, so many of the production elements. So thank you to them. Really went very smoothly and a lot of great content. We always had something ready because of the hard work behind the scenes. All right, for all of you who watched and listened and donated, thank you so much. We, of course, will talk to you tomorrow with our podcast, Fantasy Football Today at 10 a.m. Eastern. Have a great night. $188,000 raised for St. Jude this year. Congratulations to everyone who made that happen. Thank you so much. And we'll talk to you next time on Fantasy Football Today.